Off getting underway then, the live action here. Arsenal have won 3-0 in Prague against Slavia, so that sees them get another set of 3 points in that league phase of the Champions League. We are closing in as the standard bearers from the United Forces of Air, Navy and Ground come back to the near touchline, and we'll head off up the tunnel, remembered here at Brunton Park. And we're about ready to go on BBC Radio Cumbria Sports. Bang on 1:45 now, the two sets of players in huddles, two teams, two bands of brothers ready to go. And I suppose on days like this we remember that it isn't to war, is it? It's just for a game of football, my boy.
It certainly is. Obviously it means a lot to everyone, but when you put it into compared to things like that, it is a sport at the end of the day, which is supposed to be enjoyment and fun, but it normally ends up a little bit more than that, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Carlisle look like they might be kicking us off. Chris Clark's gone into the centre circle for the ball, but so too has the player for Halifax. I don't know why they do that. It always foxes me that. Now he's gone back out the centre circle, and it looks like Halifax will kick us off. Carlisle will defend the Warwick Road end in the first half here on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport, and they will attack it in the second. The Halifax fans in the Waterworks end to our left, plenty in that east stand opposite us, and loads in this stand we're in. The paddock packed, the Warwick Road end pretty packed as well. One or two people saying it might be around sort of 6 or so as we get underway here in this game number 17 of the National League season for Carlisle United. But I tell you what, I'm not sure it entirely will be. I think it might wind up being a bit higher than that, actually, because it's a cracking crowd in here this evening.
It certainly is. I mean, the support they get is phenomenal, isn't it? And like we said before, over the last couple of years, they're still leading numbers. It's brilliant.
Really important game this for Carlisle United to show what they're made of against a side who will want to try and get themselves into the playoff places. Carlisle just with that little bit of concentrating after such a big game at the weekend. Can they turn up once again? Even the point they're on for right now is taking them above Scunthorpe and level with the league leaders Rochdale. A win this evening will take them top of the National League because Rochdale Scunthorpe has been called off. Carlisle on it, trying to pass into the midfield with Kelly, but a couple of double ricochets have worked in favour of Halifax, all in white here this evening with a real Leeds United feel about them. Played away down the right for Carlisle United, trying to get forwards off the Halifax man on the far side. Ball doesn't go out to play. Halifax gather in midfield and back into the centre of defence. United have got Breeze in goal, Davies and Harper fullbacks. In the centre of defence it is Feeney and Thomas, because Hayden went down in or didn't take part in the warm-up, and off he went and didn't come out. Into the midfield it's McAdam and Gilead, and then Luamba one side, Linney the other, Clark in the middle, and up front Georgie Kelly back in the starting lineup for United. Out to the far side come Halifax, left back position, turn around the corner, Linney with a little flick down the line, and he's managed to find Clark, rolls his foot over the ball, looks infield for the right pass, turns out of trouble, plays it in search of Linney, cut out there by Halifax. They've got it on halfway and will try and come forwards at Carlisle United with their number 8 and top scorer Josh Hamani, the former Kings Lynn man. Carlisle thought they'd win it in midfield, did, and then Clark's well over drilled it out of play for a throw in the right back position to the visitors.
Yeah, usual hectic start, isn't it? Georgie Kelly there, I was really impressed with him last season when I watched him. The way his hold-up played and things like that, the way he brings it down on his chest, and I thought there might be some interest with him the way he finished last season, but it's good to see he's steady and playing so well.
Would you believe, I think he's been even better this year. At times he's been brilliant. Not got the goals just yet, but that's because Linney's getting them all. But the way he uses the ball and brings in other players, what a target man striker he is. Halifax just moving it around at the back, trying to tease Carlisle out of their defensive shape. United back in their 4-2-3-1, which does drop into a lower, deep sort of sat positions. They play it away down the right hand side to Halifax. Carlisle try and get the toe in there and do. Down the line, Clark keeps it in play on the left touchline, just runs away from his man, turns out of trouble, passes in field, picks out Gilead, trying to get United going forwards. Clark caught as he looked to hold on to the ball, plays in field for McAdam, good pass, found the man in space, worked out right hand side now for Luamba, controls on his thigh, right hand side coming forwards for Carlisle United, crossing towards goal, takes a big deflection, drops through to the goalkeeper, and it was an awkward one, dropped in between him and his defender in the middle there, in between their shins, and it could have really ricocheted anywhere, that.
Yeah, it could have, yeah. Clark's had about half a dozen touches already, hasn't he? And you can see he's got that little bit of arrogance where he knows he's a good player, he's rolling his foot on the ball, and a couple of nice little touches, so good start from him.
Ball over the top for Halifax. Carlisle clear through Thomas, getting up there and keeping things nice and simple. Linney just tries to force his man back down the line out to the centre of defence. They've turned and gone hurriedly back to their goalkeeper. Their team, Johnson in goal, a back four of Latty Fairweather, Hobson, Mills and Capello, Hugo Hermani and Turner Cook in the midfield three, and then Bray, Harris and Cook up top for Halifax. They've got it out on the left but back into their goalkeeper. You do find these electronic advertising boards around the pitch do make Brunton Park feel a lot more modern, but you find at times, depending on what the colour is, that everyone just is silhouetted in front of them and you can't even pick out the difference between blue and white in commentary, let alone who they are.
Yeah, they are quite fancy and bright lights as well, aren't they?
Oh, Thomas has gone down there after getting a bit of a shove. The referee spotted it and gave the free kick Carlisle's way, but I don't know if maybe he just got a bit of the forearm in his throat or something there, because he went down sort of holding his neck, but he's back up and okay. It was a fairly soft free kick, but I suppose it depends where he got the shove.
Yeah, it does.
If it did go into Adam's apple, you know about it.
Yeah, you do. He's not had a bad start. He's won his first couple of headers, and which is good for him because he needs to get off to a good start, because when you're down as not playing, you do have a sort of a little bit of a different approach. So
ball might just break towards Lawamba here as the header went square. I think it was maybe off the defender in the fight with Kelly, but drifted close enough to the goalkeeper for him to come out and gather. 5th minute here. Carlisle United at the start of this game number 17 in the National League could go top with a win, but Halifax will try and change that. They're trying to get themselves into the playoff places as Thomas turns on the ball, plays upfield. Halifax gather in midfield, across the halfway line, out to the right hand side, and Hermani uses the right back with the double barrel name on this near side, trying to break away down the right touch line, but Carlisle force them again back to the centre of their defence. They do like to play there. Turner Cook goes and joins in, former Newcastle man for spells with Tranmere at St Johnston, released by Newcastle in the summer and signed up by Halifax. With their goalkeeper just coming out to the edge of his area, Carlisle just happy to let them have it. They seem to want to play there, and United certainly have a history of nicking the ball when teams faff in front of them. Regan Linney did it, of course, against Forest Green in that fine last National League win earlier in the season. Ball drops towards Terrell Thomas, and he's gone down holding his hamstring. He's hurt himself, and Carlisle put it out of play, and he's gone down holding that hamstring. As he went down there immediately, he's slapping the floor in anger. He's only just come back from that hamstring injury, on the bench against Reading, on the bench today, but recalled to the first team. And I'm sure he's gone through all the processes to get his way back. He will be absolutely devastated. It's that right hamstring once again for him, and he hit the floor with frustration. It's so awful when they twang.
Yeah, it's gone, hasn't it? It's football's cruel at times, isn't it? Like I was just saying there, he's just had I know there's only 5 minutes gone, but he's won his first couple of headers and he had a nice solid start, didn't he? But the way he's pulled up there, you'd be surprised if he carries on.
He just flicked the ball, didn't he, with the outside of his right foot towards Harper as it came over the shoulder, and he just knew straight away. And Jack Ellis up onto the bench following that foot injury he's had. You can only assume it will have to be him into the team for Carlisle United. Looking down there to see him, hopefully he'll get himself warmed up. I think they might be calling the stretcher on here potentially. They look like they're going over and getting the stretcher on that left hand side to try and help Terrell Thomas off, because they'll want to, on a Sunday morning with your hamstring gone, Mark, they just sort of chuck you off the pitch, wouldn't they? But
yeah, you get picked up and thrown off, wouldn't you?
With an elite athlete like him, they'll want to make sure he doesn't make it any worse.
Yeah.
The last thing you want is to rupture a hamstring in this circumstance, because then you're talking very lengthy time on the sideline. So the stretcher being brought over here for Terrell Thomas, not the start anyone wanted to see here. The Halifax players look a little bit, I don't know, phased by it as well. They're just going over and having a look, and
you feel for the lad, don't you? You really do. I mean, you can tell by the way he's pulled up. It's not good. I mean, he's only found out he was playing not long before the game, and it'd have been a real big boost for him to think, right, my time to get back in this team. And after 5 minutes, it looks like it's over for him. So tough for the lad. And you just wish him all the best, don't you?
And Jack Ellis is on for Carlisle. Well, he's coming on for Carlisle United, warming up down below us. He'll have gone through everything he needed to in the warm-up. I don't know, when you're in your early 20s, you don't get hamstring injuries, do you? You only get them when you get towards those 30s mark. But
yeah, that's right. Everything starts to go when you get late 30s and early 40s. You feel everything when you get up, don't you? So yeah, but yeah, these young lads will be fit, he'll be ready, he'll be warm. He's gone from being not involved tonight to being on the pitch within 7 minutes. So that's football for you. Anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely bonkers how things have moved for Jack Ellis here. Speaking of things going, your calf went, didn't it, when you were doing a marathon not too long ago?
Oh, did it?
How are you getting on with that? Because you've been doing a lot of running. You're looking really well.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some weight off. I needed to. I was getting the wrong side and I got on the scales about 3 months ago. I thought, right, I'm going to have to do something now, and I have done. And with that, the calves are all right, the lower back's all right. So I think it was the weight pushing down on my limbs. But yeah, you know, it's like I'm 44 now. It's tough. But I still get out running. I still do 5-10 miles a week. I mean, I'm not breaking any records, but I'm out, I'm doing it. I try and stay active, try and eat better, and yeah, I feel good.
Anyone who can wear a puffer jacket's obviously a bit more trim than they used to be, because I wouldn't dare put one of those things on it.
I can fasten it now.
Yeah. Look like the Michelin Man. Look like the guy on Ghostbusters 1.
Yeah, so yeah, all good. The calves are all right. I'm in the Neil Sports Centre tomorrow night, 6 till 7. So looking forward to that.
Round of applause here for Terrell Thomas as he comes off on the stretcher. That is something nobody wants to see, and he had been really winning his headers and looking happy to be back in that back line after a lengthy injury layoff at the start of this season, having started the season as captain. Carlisle United will miss him. They'll miss his presence on the bench, and they're going to miss him in the immediate term here, because Jack Ellis is coming on. He wasn't even in the matchday squad tonight. As Mark says, he's come into the squad and onto the pitch within 7 minutes of the game kicking off. We're now into the 10th minute, but there'll be some considerable stoppage time. It's a throw-in to Halifax on this right-hand side. They did kick the ball out, Carlisle, and Halifax don't look like they're going to give them back, actually. They kicked it out to allow Thomas off, and it looks like Halifax are going to play on, which I don't think will go down entirely well around here.
Yeah, it's not the done thing, but that's what they've done. So
yeah, you can hear the boos.
You hear the boos there, can't you?
And Carlisle are going to have to play their way out of trouble here as Halifax try and press them. They've won the header. Carlisle volley away through Ellis, who's gone into the left of United's central 2, and it's a throw-in to United now off the Halifax man. And
he's one of the handy ones to have about, isn't he, Ellis? I mean, I know he's predominantly midfield now, but he's one of the ones who can sort of fit into a few positions, and vital to have at the club.
It really is. But he's been very good, actually, in midfield. Hartlepool have taken the lead against Morecambe elsewhere in the National League as Kelly tried to get on the ball, held off it though by the Halifax defender, drops to the left touchline, and they'll try and come forward here against Carlisle, but United tidy it back to Gabe Breeze, restored to the number 1 shirt by United tonight after Harry Lewis had a cracking game at Reading. Defender climbing all over Kelly there, and ball into McAdam. It's a strange pass to Gilead there from McAdam. He chested it and then volleyed it at head height to his central midfield partner, who was only 5 yards away, and Carlisle lose possession. I don't know if that's just a touch of nerves or rustiness, or what do they call it, a brain fart there, or whatever it was. Just lost ahead by McAdam there, because he's certainly been better than that in the last couple of games. Ball forwards, Ellis in the fight there with their centre forwards. Feeney comes in and wins the next header, but they'll try and come forwards down the right. Linney chasing his man. That's a good ball down the right wing here if they keep it in play. They have just kept it on the right touchline, crossing to the penalty area, got onto it there, chesting it down, one of their men in the box. Carlisle snap a couple of tackles in, shot just gone wide from the man coming in off the left, and that was very close for Halifax. Carlisle couldn't quite get organised in the penalty area there. 2 efforts at clearing their lines, it weren't very successful, and it fell to the Halifax man, who lashed it. And I tell you what, Breeze would have been a spectator if that was just inside the post. Yeah,
if it was on target, it probably crept inside the post. And as you say, he dived, but it looked like he probably wouldn't get anywhere near it. It was a good ball down the wing, a nice ball in. He's chested it down and just the wrong side of the post. But maybe a little wake-up call after the break in play with the injury, get them going again.
Just a little bit sloppy there, weren't they? Just look like they haven't quite organised at the moment. Not winning headers and contacts in midfield. See that one, just Concock, let's let it run for Linney. I thought that went out of play. Who did it come off? It's going to go as a Carlisle throw. Fairly high up. I thought it'd come off that man.
I did, yeah, but we'll take it.
Certainly will. Concock, I thought, got the last touch on that one, but ref's gone with Carlisle United, or the line on this near side. Throw in taken into Concock. Get him on the ball, I think, is the order of the day, although his pass in midfield was a little bit rash, and Carlisle, in tackling it, conceded the throw into Halifax. Down this right hand side, they'll try and come at Carlisle with Bray. I think it was Cook, the man on the far side, who lashed that shot towards goal. It could easily have been the opening goal, that one, and it's not that United need a wake-up call or anything. It's just I think they've been a little bit rocked by first Hayden having to drop out, and then also losing Terrell Thomas as well, so they just need to regain their composure here and make sure Halifax don't get too much of a stranglehold with the foothold that they've got. Ball goes down the right touchline, sent towards goalkeeper Gabe Breeze. Time to take a touch. Ellis it was who played it back to him. Feeney wants it right in front, the United captain. Given to him by Breeze, can step out of defence and look forwards. who's the right ball, who's the right option. Gives it into midfield and gets it back. Tidies back to Gabe Breeze. He crashes away downfield, going after it in there. Georgie Kelly, defender getting over him again there. They're climbing on Kelly, aren't they? They're doing quite a good job of that, Mills and Hobson. That's a couple where they've gone onto his shoulders, just gone that little bit earlier than him and been able to win the headers. 6 foot and 6'2", so neither of them are taller than Georgie Kelly, but they've timed their leaps very well. That's a nice ball out to the left hand side here, and Cook will try and bring Halifax forwards, looking for the give and go round the corner. United having to work back hard with Luamba, and he's such a hard worker for the team there from right wing, getting back there. Kelly trying to pin his man as Carlisle come forwards on the ball. Picked up in the midfield for United by Linney, coming in field and trying to help out. Passed on to Gilead. Nicely dealt their way out of a tricky situation there with some possession on the right hand side of their centre of midfield. Rattled away down the line by Davies. Gets a throw-in off his man. United with a little bit of possession here. 14th minute just coming to an end. 0-0. The only moment of note, that shot wide from Cook in the 12th minute. Aside from the fact that Terrell Thomas has gone off injured very early in this game. So a change to the matchday squad before we even kicked off, with Hayden dropping out injured, and then Thomas having to be substituted off with, looks like, a recurrence of his hamstring injury. On that right touchline, United with Davies just fighting to keep possession under a lot of pressure. Gives it to Feeney.
Yeah, done well there.
Tidy back to Breeze. Carlisle will try and go the long way around. Rat ball in from Breeze there to Ellis that said deal with that, and he did, but it was a strange one.
That was a strange one.
Ellis gives it to McCadden down the line. Conclark flicks it round the corner. Kelly goes after it, lays it off to Linney. He's got Luamba on the right, gives it to Luamba on the right here. Can he find a shot towards goal? Drills, takes a deflection and goes in! Yes. Luamba with the goal for Carlisle United. 15th minute, really well worked, really unselfish as well from Regan Linney. When you thought he'd shoot, I think their back line did. They all went to him. Luamba was free, Linney picked him out, Luamba did the rest. 15 on the clock, Carlisle 1, Halifax 0.
Yeah, it was a good little bit of one-touch play, wasn't it? We'll go back to Gabe Breeze's pass to Jack Ellis. I don't think he meant it to pass to him, but he did. He's played it in. I think it's to Conclark. He's played it round the corner. Linney's read it, laid off by Georgie Kelly into the path. Nice finish. Maybe a little bit of deflection, but the lead up to it was fantastic. I love that little round the corner play. Little people running off. It's so hard to defend against, and you can see they're playing with confidence. And yeah, good finish, and deserved, maybe not, but it doesn't matter. It was a really great move and a good finish. So 1-0 after 15 minutes, great start.
Yeah, it really is. And also Luamba's first goal for Carlisle United, so fantastic for him to get that one. And it kind of came out of almost nothing, really. He's done some really good running for the team in his time with Carlisle United, and he's really looked like the main one on that right hand side. Helps out getting back, gets forwards, brawn, target out on that right hand side as well, because he's 6'2". And now to get a goal will be everything he wanted, and he's just charged the ball down high up here for Carlisle United, who look like they want to play suddenly. Conclark slides it to Linney, edge of the area, slightly overcarried it really with his touch, got away from him, and Carlisle have had to go and rescue the ball again, and they are on it on halfway here. McCallum just has to be careful of the man trying to buffet the ball off him, but United with a degree of composure now, just trying to hold on to possession. That's a lovely pass across the midfield there from McCallum. Backed his technique to lift it over the striker and up into the right hand side. Conclark comes deep for it, looks at the options in front of him. McCallum was the one who wanted to get there, and the defensive tackle took it in between McCallum and Kelly. Either of them would have been an own goal if it hadn't got that toe on.
Have you seen the lift a goal gives them though? It's everyone's just upped it a little bit, haven't they? And they're getting on the ball and they're buzzing about. But back to the goal, I'm quite surprised Linney passed it, to be honest. I've seen some of the goals he scored this season from range, and I thought 25 yards out after scoring a hat-trick of the weekend, I thought he's going to pull the trigger here, but he was unselfish and it ended up being the right pass.
Yeah, all the men thought the same as you, didn't they? They all ran to him, and it just left Luamba sort of free. Don't know if it took a slight deflection. I said that in the commentary. I'll have to look at the replay later, but I'm not entirely sure. But it looked like there's some sort of nibble as it went through. Carlisle win the ball back as Halifax tried to come forwards on halfway. Linney with it now, trying to drive out to the left-hand side, leaves one man for dead. Fullback comes over as well, a couple of them with him. Got a bit of support coming up with Harper down the left-hand side. Back heels down the line in search of Harper, and Halifax get a toe on that and will try and break away. They've lost the ball on the edge of their own area, and Carlisle win it back as they have to clear hurriedly away to halfway. The fans really starting to enjoy this now. Ball out to the right was a heavy one from Feeney. Davies did deal well, got it to Luamba, just scored his first goal, gives it to Conclark, swirled in towards Georgie Kelly on the edge of the area, chests it down, lays it off looking for a teammate, couldn't quite find him. He's got two men all over him there, and he nearly did what was required to put it into the path of someone for a shot on goal, but couldn't quite against all the pressure he was under. Down the line, Linney and Harper combine.
Brilliant.
Pass inside to Harper to McAdam. Got options out on that right hand side. Can he find it through to, I thought he could have gone in one to Luamba. He's gone to Davis. He'll look down the line to Luamba. Gives him a run as well. Sends across in Luamba, edge of the area. Volleyed away by Halifax. Drops towards the byline. Headed up, back into the penalty area. It was a strange one, but the follow-up header was excellent from the other defender who got it back to his goalkeeper, Sam Johnson.
The buzzer now, and there's one touch, two touch players. They're making angles for each other. Everyone wants the ball, and they've got Halifax on the ropes a little bit here. Hopefully they can keep it going.
Absolutely. 1-0 as well to Boreham Wood against Aldershot. You don't need me to tell you, by the way, but I'll do it anyway. Carlisle United, the top of the National League.
Yeah.
Boreham Wood are leading, which means that they're moving up to second, just behind Carlisle. Played forwards for Halifax, trying to get in behind United here. Ellis is the man who's having to deal with the striker who's gone out to that far side. Sticks to him doggedly. Coming down the left-hand side, though, trying to get into the penalty area. This is good running. Man goes down on the edge of the area, looking for a handout from the ref. Ref says no. Carlisle on the break. They might just have 4-on-3 coming forwards here, possibly even 5 if the man on the right-hand side keeps up. Con Clark coming up towards the edge of the penalty area. Finds his teammate, edge of the area. Luamba with the shot. Deflects again, the goalkeeper with a really good save. That's a really good save from Johnson between the sticks for Halifax, because I think it was another deflection on the Luamba shot, and it almost took it past him. Carlisle coming again now immediately, trying to keep the pressure on Halifax. McAdam with it on the left touchline, gives it to Linney. Infield United go back to halfway, and then out further to the right hand side of the centre circle with Feeney, the captain, stepping out to defence. Davies and Luamba in front of him to pick out. Con Clark coming short as well. Goes to Davies on the right touchline. Back to Feeney. United really expansive the way their centre halves get forwards and join in. Works it to Davies again on that right hand side. Spaced across. Went for the pass to Con Clark on the edge of the area, but one of their midfielders read it, and Halifax will try and break away now down the left hand side. Remember, it's Poppy on the sleeve of Mark Hughes down below us. Big armband Poppy has got on down there.
Con Clark gets in such good positions in between the midfield and defence. He breaks the line so well, doesn't he? And he's very clever.
They're looking for the diagonal ball in behind Carlisle on the right wing. Harper won the initial header, then chests it under pressure from his man and volleys it up into the midfield. And he's found Con Clark. Not entirely sure he was definitely going for that, but
we'll give him it.
Yeah, we'll give him it. Fortune favours the brave. Did really well holding off his man, and Con Clark gives it to Davis as Carlisle try and come forwards down the right wing. Keep going to that man, Con Clark, just looking to open the door for them. Called Regan Linney the magic man with his amazing hat-trick at Reading at the weekend, but there's no doubt the one that they're starting to look to try and get them up the pitch, move them around. Con Clark, they just look for him in those deep pockets, don't they? And he comes forward and looks for who's run beyond him, up towards the edge of the area. 3 white shirts come to him, out to the right wing, space for Davies, sends the cross in towards goal, too close to the goalkeeper who gathers as Kelly was lurking. Halifax get hold of the ball. 21st minute comes to an end and Carlisle leading by Junior Luamba's goal to 0.
I think the last 5-10 minutes has been really good. Some really good passages of play where they're just cutting Halifax open at will.
Coming forwards here with Latty Fairweather, their right back, manages to squeeze it down the right touchline to the former Barryman Bray. Has to cross on his right foot. Not a terrible ball, but Breeze should deal with it. I say it wasn't a terrible ball. It was fairly regulation for Breeze, but when you see he's left-footed, that wasn't the worst sort of stood-up ball I've ever seen.
No, not on his weaker side, yeah. But like you said, Breeze was going to catch that all day.
And then he gets it on halfway, left-hand side here for Carlisle. Gilead gave it to him, took it back, goes over to the right, moving Carlisle United across to that right touchline in front of the east stand, all watching on, enjoying what they're seeing. Carlisle leading by a goal to 0. Luamba with it, lifted forwards, looking for the run of Junior again. Defender trying to get across the path of the ball, and it'll drift behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, back to it. I mean, you've got the two lads that everyone talks about is Linney and Con Clark, isn't it? But you've also got Gilead and McAdam, and they're getting plenty of the ball, and they're trying to get the ball to the lads obviously the other side of the midfield and get turned and run on the defence. And I think the last 5 minutes has been some real good one-two touch passages of play, and it's good to watch, and you can tell they're playing with a lot of confidence.
You'd have loved to play that, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah,
getting and playing this sort of one-touch creative football. Head on down the right hand side here for Halifax. And look to me like they carried that out of play. The liner says no there. I'm not entirely convinced by that one. That one looked like it definitely wasn't. If at first you don't succeed in putting it out of play, pass it to your teammate, out of play. And officials certainly could not give that one. Right in front of that paddock, who we know have got form for letting the officials know their feelings. And managers and players and commentary teams. Forwards come United down the right hand side here with Feeney scampering forwards, just urged to keep going, and does, and finds a nice ball out to Davies on that right. He tries to get that cross in towards goal, and that one took a nick off the ankles of the fullback on the far side, Angelo Capello, who is a Belize international,
right,
former Blythe man as well. Came through at Sheffield United. Carlisle get back on the ball after Halifax had had it. Back into defence with Feeney. You've seen a lot of it this evening. Out to Davies again on that right touchline, looking for support around him. McAdam offering and showing. Back into the centre of defence with Carlisle and Feeney. Just
that's Laura Solkeld. Please contact your nearest steward immediately. That's Laura Solkeld. Please contact the nearest steward.
ball down the left hand side here for Carlisle. Harper getting it to Lynn. He's got a lot to do. I think he's brought a corner off his men though. Ricochets into the waterworks end. Sometimes in those positions he finds a way to take his man on. Mark Boyd on that occasion just thought, I'll just have the corner. I think I'm shattered.
Do you know what? It's good. It's the sort of the really dictating the pace of the play on there. They can ramp it up and they can slow it down, and Halifax are just sort of they're settling into the shape and just trying to, they're getting dragged a little bit deeper, and Carlisle are firmly in control, I think.
Are they ever? Corner for United. Davies with it towards, or was it Con Clark actually, towards the back post. The goalkeeper's mishandled it. Of course it's Con Clark, and it's probably the swaz he put on it that made it hard for the keeper. Either that or wet gloves in the...
You've got to be good, haven't you, when you get your socks out low and gloves on?
Yeah, he has a lot of the Grealish sort of about him, doesn't he? The look.
Yeah.
Highlighted hair as well.
Yeah, but when you play with a little bit of arrogance and you can produce, you can do what you want, can't you?
And he has a swagger about him.
He has.
Corner for United. I think this will be Harper over on the far side to take this one, but Con Clark has come over to offer as an option. Referee just watching the pushing in the penalty area here as Harper prepares to send it in for Carlisle United, in towards Kelly in there, but right down the goalkeeper's throat, who came out very aggressively and took it well. Matty Fairweather, the right back, coming forwards down the right hand side, gives it to Bray on this near touchline, the right for Halifax, but two passes later in the back with their goalkeeper. Into the midfield they look to come. Kelly trying to put some pressure on Turner Cook, coming deep and getting onto the ball, but Halifax have found the way out, still largely in front of Carlisle, but a bit of space down the left here for the man running forward. Referee doesn't feel it was a foul. Their manager Adam Lakeland thinks it was. The officials disagree, and Carlisle pop it around. Will try and move forwards now through the centre of the park with McAdam travelling on the ball, sends it out to Harper on this left, no one in front of him. Then he had gone over to the far touchline, so Carlisle just moved it back into the centre of defence and across that defensive line out to the right. The night before bonfire night, Carlisle United certainly made an explosive start here. There was going to be
well played.
It's a lovely spin, isn't it, from Davies out on that right hand side, trying to come forwards here, tried to pop it around the corner. It works its way to Luamba. I don't think that's what he was looking for, actually. Luamba tries to step inside, holds off his man for strength into the next tackle, and I think in the end Halifax is going to come away with it here. On the ball, Capello over there plays it out of play, and Carlisle get the throw. Was supposed to be a fireworks display in Southway, not too far from where you and I live this evening, but I think it got cancelled because of the weather.
Yeah,
I gather there's a caustic smell, isn't there? Someone's got a bonfire on or something going around us. Quite pleasant, actually. On the ball, Halifax in their left back position, trying to get away again with Capello. Double ricochet, was it? No, it's given us a throw in to Halifax, but Luamba doing well there to stalk his man and push him over towards that far touchline. 1-0 Carlisle leading in the Champions League. Sporting Lisbon have gone 1-0 up at Juventus, and it's Bayern Munich leading 1-0 against Paris Saint-Germain in the French capital. Surely not, it is not Harry Kane, it's Luis Diaz. They've got a man down now, and their physio coming on to have a look at that one. Diaz with the goal for Bayern Munich. Half time, by the way, we may have a little chance to listen again to something we did last night. Today is the first day of the new version of Football Manager, which has come out. Now, why am I talking about this? Not your bag, is it? You're not into the football. You did in a football simulator when you were playing, didn't you?
No, it's not for me, that.
Not for him, but plenty of people it is. 19 million across the world played the last version, Football Manager 24. This is the first ever version that features the women's teams.
All right.
And we had young Casey Curry on the show last night chatting to us about it, and we'll have a little bit of a listen to that on at half time in this, just what it means to have the women's teams there. Men and women, girls and boys will have played Football Manager over all the years it's been out.
Of course,
it's the first time that girls and boys young people can play the new version and can play as the women's teams, can wind up taking on the Lionesses and take on Chelsea, the champions, into the Champions League and things like this. It's representation and all that, Mark Boyd.
Yeah, it is. It's good. It just shows how much the women's game's coming on, isn't it? I mean, I have watched the Lionesses in the previous major tournaments and quite enjoyed it, to be honest. So it's coming on a long way, and you get a lot of young girls playing football now, and it's great to see.
It certainly is. Plenty around our neck of the woods as well. Plenty of teams. Unfortunately, my daughter has absolutely no interest at all in football. I've tried. I'm like, you could be our pension if you make it to the Lionesses. Not interested at all. Only 7 though, you never know, it might change. Ball out to the left wing for Carlisle as we've got back underway. Man down for Halifax is off, so they're momentarily down to 10 men. Goalkeeper nearly stepped out the area while feinting to bowl the ball out. Played up towards their top man, Harris, who manages to hold off the Carlisle defender, and they've worked it out left hand side. Still down to 10 men at the moment, Halifax. Carlisle want to get back on the ball, see if they can't capitalise. Waiting for the official to allow the defender back on, and on he comes out on that left hand side, and they've worked it out to the right wing here, and Latty Fair, where there probably was fouled by Linney. Free kick just inside the Carlisle half on this right wing to the visitors. 8:15 on your Tuesday evening here on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. Boreham Wood, Hartlepool and Carlisle leading in the National League. Yeovil, Wealdstone, the only game that is 0-0. Earlier today, Rochdale, Scunthorpe was called off. Taking their time with this free kick, which they've lifted, trying to lift over the head of the Carlisle defenders. McAdam gets onto it though, and will just pass up into Kelly. Touch really got away from him there, but he's managed to recover it by tackling into the midfielder and works it out to Luamba on the right wing for United. Runs at his man down the right touchline. He's got 3 white shirts with him. Just runs out of space to run into, so turns and gives it to Davis. He passes infield, slightly casual pass there from McAdam. Luamba comes back over though, and look at that strength. Brushes his man off. He briefly, in the game at Yeovil, had to go to right back as United reorganised, and you can see how he could, because he's massive, isn't he? He's a really big, strong boy, really strong, still only very young, but he plays as a real target man right wing on that far side, but he's got everything you'd need to be a right back if the positional sense is there. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just the way he rushed to whoever that was off the ball there, it was he showed good strength, and he looks quick, and as you say, he could probably fit in at right back, but he's doing a great job where he is. Certainly is. Goal tonight, Carlisle leading by it. 1-0 here as he's got the free kick. I think he was fouled, Luamba, as he played that ball forwards. Breeze took the free kick, United out to the right, and then going himself a throw in on halfway, right hand side. Infield it comes. A little touch on it from the Halifax man. It's another United throw. They've gained a couple of yards down the touchline. And it comes into Con Clark, gives it back to the throw taker, and then I think it's given us another throw to Carlisle. I think Carlisle thought it should have been a free kick actually. Quite a few throw-ins stacked up here on this right touchline as they look to make progress towards that Halifax penalty area. Have had another shot at goal that the goalkeeper had to save since Luamba gave them the lead, and it was Luamba again with that shot, but just in the last 5 minutes or so been kept at bay a lot more by Halifax. Yeah, it sort of levelled itself out again, hasn't it? They sort of had them. Oh, look at that ball. Finds Harper out to Linney on the left hand side. It was really good stuff from Con Clark. Can Linney get a shot in towards goal? He's got a cross in. Con Clark picks it up, edge of the penalty area, tries to go for, I think it was a curling shot to the back post, gets Carlisle a corner. Little run across midfield, and then a diagonal ball that found Harper onto Linney, got United up the pitch with such incision. Yeah, that was brilliant, wasn't it? Great vision. I don't think many more players on there would maybe have seen that pass, but he did, and he executed it, and it was really good, and it ended up in a good attack. Ball to Linney from the throw off Harper. Back down the line he goes to McAdam. Always shows us that option down the touchline. Across the midfield into Feeney on halfway. Back to Ellis, the other centre half, to McAdam. Just steps away from his man and shows him his back, so he has to foul him. Good turn and a chance for Harper to get through. Down the left hand side, cuts it back, looking for a teammate in there. Con Clark was there. The defender stepped out though and took it well. McAdam's fouled his man, and tell you what, well, we're in the 33rd minute actually. For me, that should have been a yellow card actually. Yeah, he's blatantly pulled him, hasn't he? But back to the move, it was another great move, wasn't it? And he's obviously known he's got space behind him. Good awareness, he's turned, and I think he just needs to be a bit more composed. He's got a lot more time than he thinks. He could maybe took more time with his decision, but good move again. Lost the ball forward. Yeah, I thought could have been a foul, a yellow on McAdam. I doubt he can get away with another foul. Linney trying to flick it around the corner to McAdam, who's stuck in his man back down the touchline. Forces him to go back to the Halifax goalkeeper Johnson. laid out down the left of their defence, and they'll try and come up towards halfway. Pass towards that halfway with Capello, their left back, trying to rain forwards, but United get across and smother him.
Brilliant.
Tackling fairly, yes. Luamba it was again, getting back in there and helping out. I do like what a team player he is, but I also want to make sure he stays up there on that right wing and like gets at them and tries to push them backwards. Ball out towards Harper there, and Harper I think just misjudged it slightly and waited too long for it to get to him, then had to tackle his way back into possession. Carlisle have given it away again on halfway here with Ellis on this occasion, and Halifax will try and move it out to the left. That was cut off, so they'll drive through the middle at the heart of United's defence, up towards the edge of the area, trying to force them away. Like physically there was Ellis. Midfielder on the ball, puts the right back into a lot of pressure, and Con Clark gets onto it for United. Can he find the right pass? Turns, drives forwards. Pass wasn't there, so he just keeps on going. Overdid it this time though. Halifax win it in midfield, and now they'll try and run at Carlisle. Needs to get back and help out. Looking to slide in behind. Overhit pass through to Gabe Breeze.
Yeah, tried to do it all on his own there, didn't he? There was nothing really on, but that's the thing when you've got two real luxury players like himself and Linney. I'm not saying they don't work hard, but sometimes when they lose it, they rely on others to try and win it back for them. Down
the left here, Harper, good ball to him from Linney, sends the cross in, gets deflected out of play for a throw to United. Tottenham through Brennan Johnson lead against Copenhagen at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and Olympiacos have taken the lead. There's a chance almost with that ball through on goal there, almost trying to get onto it.
You can see the keeper there, he's not happy. They know what Regan Linney can do, and they've let him just travel and try to bend one in the far corner, and he's raging because he knows that's what he's all about, and they shouldn't be letting him shoot from there. They've got to be closing him down quicker.
Just thought that it was shepherding him away from trouble, didn't they? And nearly caused them more trouble. 1-0 down they are, but Linney looking to make it 2. 35th minute we're in. BBC Radio Cumbria Sport live at Brunton Park. Ball completely fades from the goalkeeper's kick downfield there, and they managed to gather it in midfield, and will try and break out with a diagonal run out the heart of the pitch to the left wing. United in that good defensive shape again. Con Clark just ambling around, waiting to come to life when the ball comes to him. Look at Linney's work rate, making sure the right back can't get forwards here. Kelly coming to try and tag the other man coming forwards out to their midfield. They haven't quite managed to though, and they've got into a bit of space here with Bray on the right wing here, trying to get to the byline. Checks back onto his left foot. Carlisle in tight. Carlisle looking to block them, but that's a really good pass infield there from Bray. Cut back edge of the area. Carlisle in a bit of trouble here, trying to find the angle for the shot, and in the end it just rasps away on the deflection and out of play for a corner to Halifax. But it was really neat football there, and if Carlisle needed it, that was just a little reminder here that Halifax are, have turned up and are in this game.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, as you well know, at 1-0 you can have all the play you want, but you need to get that second goal, don't you, to give that little cushion, because things like that can happen. It was a great little bit of neat play between two or three of them, and it resulted in a shot and a deflection wide for a corner. So just a little, like you said, just a little reminder that they're still very much in this.
Going into the 37th minute, Halifax corner at the Warwick Road end, a left-footed in-swinger United have got to deal with. Man comes short and then spins to go back into the Carlisle penalty area. Another man comes short, that's clever. Two of them coming short, that's caught Carlisle out. Cross comes in, United did get out in numbers and met it, and it goes behind for another corner.
Yeah, I think they'll put this one straight in, won't they? They've got two lads up who've shown that they're really good in the air against Georgie Kelly, so they'll want a delivery in there to go and have a challenge.
Got 3 or 4 players over 6 foot. Halifax, they're not the biggest team we've seen. You can see them all at the back post. That's where they want to get it here. Carlisle have got to deal with this, and they've lost Hayden and Thomas, of course, 2 big men who were both meant to be in the team, and their injuries are both out. Here comes the Halifax corner, swept in towards that near post, headed away Carlisle. Ref spotted a push. Free kick United, who lead 1-0.
I'll do. Yeah, but like you said, Gabe Breeze has been virtually a spectator apart from using his feet. So yeah, just a little reminder that obviously at 1-0 it's very much game on. Halifax can soak up a lot of pressure, Carlisle have a lot of possession, but you've got to make it count and try and get that second goal.
Is that Gilead down in the Carlisle penalty area here?
Not much luck tonight, are we?
No, Sophie Burney's getting through some work. She's coming on now to have a look at Gilead. Players coming over again for a drink. We could have 10 minutes time added on here, couldn't we? Because it was a lengthy stop, of course, for the injury to Terrell Thomas. Quite right too, to make sure he was okay. In the end, carried off on a stretcher with what looks like a recurrence of his hamstring injury, although I'm no medical expert. Now Gilead down as well. We've had a goal. And if this takes too long, it could be 5, 6, 7, 8 or whatever minutes of time added on. Another medic coming on for Carlisle United here with an extra bag of tricks to go with the one that Sophie Burney's already taken out towards Alex Gilead. Doesn't look like too much concern, does it, between the three Carlisle players over nearest to him. So I don't know whether something's cut or something like that in whatever clash it was that led to the ref giving the free kick. Gilead's down. Teammates more spectators rather than worried onlookers. The rest of the team having just had a drink. McCallum just talking to Frankie McAvoy down below us. Gavin Skelton with instructions and orders as well. Really nice hearing Gavin talking today and yesterday to Mike Zeller, part of the BBC Radio Cumbria Breakfast Show, and their Children in Need three-legged challenge that they're taking part in. Hear all about it with Mike Zeller from 6 in the morning on the second day, when they're ending tomorrow in Barrow. And what a day it's going to be, and hopefully they've completed their challenge. The very best of luck to Mike and to Steph. Mike from 6 and then Steph from 10. You'll hear all about that Children in Need challenge, but Barrow taking a big part in it, and Carlisle United as well. Gavin Skelton having a good old chat with Mike about all sorts of things as they were preparing for this big challenge. Challenge facing Skelts and his team right now, though, is winning against Halifax and trying to finish the game with 11 men, because right now they've had 3 injuries, one in the warm-up, one in the opening minutes, and now they've got Gilead down as well. It looks like he's okay. The ref's having a check. He'll have to go and stand off the pitch. I think it's McAdam actually, isn't it? Not Gilead. No, it is Gilead. Honestly, I can never tell those two apart.
Yeah, they're very similar, aren't they?
Until they stood next to each other, when McAdam's quite a lot taller, and if I can see the numbers, obviously then I know. Yeah. But they really do look similar.
Yeah, he looks alright. He's walking okay, isn't he? So he looks okay.
Yeah, coming back over to this near side with the medical team, so they'll get him back on as soon as they can. Cleverly walking all the way across the penalty area and off this near side, so he can be in position when they are ready to allow him back onto the pitch. Start with a free kick to Gabe Breeze. Gilead gets applause from the paddock down below us and the rest of Runton Park.
Looks like it's his nose. He's got something up his bus nose, is it?
Some wadding up the nose.
Yeah, you could do with that, couldn't you?
Yeah, I could at the moment, actually. Halifax play over the top. Feeney wins a commanding header there. Halifax try and come again, looking to exploit the fact United are currently down to 10 men, but Carlisle get back onto it. They'll play across the defensive line. Ellis gives it to Harper, looks for the ball over the top now for the run of Regan Linney. He's going to get in behind the fullback here. Fullback got over and goalkeeper out to the edge of his area as well. Now they'll try and break in behind Carlisle United. Gilead wants to get on. Carlisle step in and cut it out. Excellent play there from Ellis, really aware of the danger, and then a calming pass as well, aware of the fact Carlisle were down to 10 men, and Carlisle have nearly lost it there with Archie Davies, I think it was. It was not the most shrewd of moves from him. Carlisle win it back high up through McAdam. Really good play from him. Yeah, Davies just slightly overran it, didn't he, and ran into his man. Maybe sort of caught in between two minds, and now there's a little break on for Halifax here, running towards goal, angle tightening, man goes down in between the two Carlisle men, and the ref has given a free kick, and he's going to pull out a book here for the man running forwards, and there's no complaints in between the two Carlisle men, being buffeted wide. A yellow card for the centre forward. I'll wait till he turns and shows us his number for diving, and absolutely zero complaints from him. Suggests that he did indeed dive. I think he actually is the left winger Jamie Cook.
Yeah, the reaction says it all, doesn't it, of everyone. No complaints from either side. He's been caught out.
Got into the area, got down, hoped for the best, got the worst.
Let's try and nick a pen, but it's backfired on him.
Kelly flick on in search of Lawamba down the right wing for Carlisle as they respond. Con Clark gets onto it, keeps possession, back out to Lawamba on that right. Uses Davies on the touchline, needs a bit of support. Con Clark in there as well, felt he was fouled, ref says no. Throwing given to Halifax. The Shea man on that left hand side. Became a very good team under former Barrow boss Pete Wild, and real contender potentially in the National League against the odds, given what their budgets were at that time, as he tells us.
Isn't it where Holty was a YTS, is that right?
Yes.
And it wasn't good enough for them? That went well for them, didn't it?
Yeah, that worked out splendidly. Throw down the right hand side for Carlisle, just taking the time with this. 43rd minute, but stoppage time could be almost anything here, with two fairly lengthy injuries, although only one player had to go off. Out to the left hand side with Linney for Carlisle, just push back to halfway. Halifax getting in good defensive shape. They're working hard to stay in this game, aren't they? You just sense if Carlisle get the second goal here, Halifax might unravel, but at the moment they're working very hard to keep on the coattails of Carlisle as Ellis plays it into the midfield from McAdam. Very aware of the danger there and sidestepped his man back into Ellis in the centre of defence. He steps forwards now and then gives it to Harper down the left touchline, back into McAdam is slotted into a defensive hole left by Ellis, and United can try and come away down that right hand side with Feeney. Ball forwards is far too easily cut out by the Halifax man, but he couldn't keep it in play, so it's a throw in to United on that right hand side.
You're on about staying in the game. It's what they'll have to do, isn't it? If Carlisle get a second, it's going to be such an uphill battle for them. But at 1-0, like you say, they've nearly got in a couple of times, just to give Carlisle a reminder. So the longer it goes, the better for them. So Carlisle could really do getting that second goal.
I do apologise if you are picking up on me coughing every once in a while. By the way, I've got the lurgy. I'm finally succumbing to it. It's been in my house for a little while, and I've been sort of lording it over my wife and daughter that I haven't got the cold, but now I have. Out on that right hand side, lifted forwards by Carlisle United in search of Georgie Kelly, helped under the ball by the defender. Clever work by the centre half for Halifax, and allows them to break away down the right hand side with Hobson. Over to Latty Fairweather. It did look like the ball had gone out of play. Not the first one where it's been questionable. Striker's done well to hold off a couple of Carlisle men there, and then tries to get around. McAdam Gilead had made the tackle, but couldn't find a teammate with it, and they'll pass it out through their defence. And United will be happy enough that they've forced them back. We're in officially the last minute of the first half. What do you predict for the time added on? Let's see if we can get a preview of the rest board there. I couldn't quite see. Could you see? Maybe 4 to me, but it must be more than 4, surely. Throw ball forwards to Kelly. Hold it up really well. Gives it to Con Clark. Looks to swirl it over the top 4. Learning to go after down that right wing, but just a bit too much on the pass, and it drifts through to their goalkeeper. But lots of applause for the intent there again from Carlisle United and the vision of Con Clark, even though that one didn't quite come off. People are enjoying the ingenuity. Halifax stepping into the midfield on the ball here and passing through the lines. It's a good pass actually. Finds Hamandi. He's done really well to try and break through, but Carlisle smother him in the end. Just the strength of numbers. Hamani, not Hamandi, by the way. The number 8 just couldn't quite escape the Carlisle men. Last couple of seconds of that first half, and fourth officials board coming out now as they've given it away. Carlisle, and they're trying to break forwards with Bray down this right hand side. Carlisle come out to meet him, trying to force him into trouble. Time added on is just 4 minutes, which is a slight surprise, I have to say. Edge of the area, Turner Cook trying to find the angle for a shot or pass, gives it back out to Bray on this right hand side. We know he wants to shot back onto the left foot. Has support though from the right back down this near touchline, the right, under pressure, over towards the corner flag, tries to go the long way around the Carlisle man. United have got their bodies in there, turned away, get the foul, free kick, well done Carlisle United.
It was a great reaction after he lost the ball. The way he closed him down and didn't let him get the cross in, didn't let him get the half a yard for the shot, and then ended up winning it back and winning the free kick. So it was a sloppy pass, but it was a good reaction after the pass.
4 minutes time added on. A bit surprised it's only that.
Yeah, I thought it'd be more.
Felt like more than that just while they were dealing with Terrell Thomas to me. Champions League goals. Olympiacos leading PSV. Bayern Munich 1-0 up at PSG. Tottenham 1, Copenhagen 0, and Sporting 1-0 up at Juventus as Bree sends the free kick up into the Halifax half. Carlisle man's gone down in there, felt he was fouled. Con Clark, ref not interested. Davis hooks the ball away downfield. The rain starting to just splatter down as Kelly works hard to get on it. Almost broke for Con Clark, but not quite. Halifax will try and break away down the right hand side here with Latty Fairweather. Thierry Latty Fairweather, it's some name, isn't it?
It is.
Over to that left hand side, and their other fullback, who's another pretty cool name actually, Angelo Capello, trying to break onto Carlisle United with a give and go down the left wing here, but the pass is poor. The referee, the pass went out of play, and the referee's decided that the man initially as he was passed was foul, but I thought the pass was way over hit there, and that's quite a lengthy advantage he's played there.
It is, but they'll take it, especially with the position it's in. It's a chance for them to load the box and get it in there.
Yeah, we're in the second of the 4 minutes time added on. Q's watching on studiously at the moment, arms folded down below us. Jack Cudworth just shouting instructions to who he wants where. Goalkeeping coach is so often in charge of this sort of discipline with defensive lineups off set pieces. Left arm up for the right arm up for the free kick taker out on that left touch line. Probably Turner Cook, is it? Going to take this one. Carlisle lined up on the edge of the penalty area, so they'll try and slide it in behind that and run onto it. They've got a runner coming in towards goal. Long one that should be Breeze's all the way, and it is. It doesn't half hurt when you've got such a whoppering goal as Gabe Breeze, does it?
Yeah, he's a big lad, isn't he? And he comes out with them long arms and collects it well, so yeah.
Cracked away downfield, and he's actually found Regan Lenny with that goal kick down the left hand side. Defender had got across and made the tackle. Takes us into the 48th minute. About 80 seconds of this first half to go. Carlisle leading by Junior Wamba's 15th minute goal to nil. Had the best of the chances, the best of the ball. It's only 1-0 at the moment. Harper with the throw down the left to Kelly, over by the corner flag. Holds his man up. Can he nutmeg a man and try and get it through? Clip the heels of the man who stepped across him there. Free kick in the right back position to the visitors. A couple more goals to tell you about in the Champions League, but I'll do that at half time, because we're only about 45 seconds away from that here on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. Go through who has impressed Mark Boyd once we get to the interval as well, and go through your reaction. Don't forget 81333 is the text number after the word Cumbria. You can send us a message on WhatsApp as well to 08000 321 333 after the word Cumbria again, or we are on X's at BBC Cumbria Sport, however you would choose to get in touch this evening on what has been a very professional first half from Carlisle United, in some adversity with two players picking up injuries, one before the game even kicked off. And recap all of that at the interval. Throw down the left hand side for United. Dying embers of this first half. Lennon trying to get onto it. The double ricochet in the midfield there fell kindly for the Halifax man. They've got a man bent over here on this near touchline, and they're not stopping. Carlisle won't have to either, as Conclock tries to get back on the ball for United here. Carlisle do win it back. That was a foul on Ellis, and a free kick to United. And Lati Fairweather's gone down here, and he's been down for quite a while actually. We're past the 4 minutes. I wonder if the ref shouldn't just blow half time here. Just let them get him treatment. Free kick to be taken while their right back gets treatment. I don't know what it is he did there. He really did sort of bend over and then drop down onto the floor. Surely, I mean, I know that the ref might feel that there's 10 seconds more to play, but surely just blow. Let him get treated and let everyone get off.
Common sense, isn't it?
We're going to wait for him to get this treatment. He'll have to go off for 30 seconds. We'll play on and the referee will blow for half time.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
It'll be rules. He'll be being assessed and you won't be allowed to, but how is it a Sunday morning referee would say, well, should we just call it half time, lads? And
that'll do, ref.
And that'll do. I don't know what Mark Hughes is saying to him, and he's probably saying, can't we just have half time, mate? We could all be in there.
Like you said, he probably agrees as well, doesn't he? But
aye. So Lati Fairweather gets up. He'll have to go and stand off the pitch.
Here we go.
Carlisle will take the free kick. Will he just let it play on more than one kick here, just to make the point? Free kick to United then. Ellis, who won it, will lift forwards for the Blues. He takes his time with it. I don't think Carlisle really want to take it. They've taken it square over to Feeney on the far side. He steps into midfield, plays it forwards in search of Luamba. Cut out by the Halifax man. Might just break towards Luamba here. Capello, the left back over there, trying to clear off Luamba. Throw into Halifax. And still we go on.
Well, must be enjoying himself.
Yeah, we're into the at the end of the 6th minute of time added on now, into the 7th minute of time of 4 added on. It's at the discretion of the referee, of course. Ref says get on with it. Player comes back on. Throw down the line. Carlisle man fouled. The ref wasn't looking. He was looking over there. Luamba was kneed or something over there, and the ref was looking over to see if Lati Fairweather had come back on there and actually missed that, but no excuse for the lino on that far side. Still we go on. 30 seconds into the 7th minute of 4 added on. Harper with the ball down the left touchline. After it, Linney couldn't gather. Lati Fairweather will get there ahead of him. Try and get it to drift out of play. Down he goes in that way that defenders do when they get in front of the ball when obstructing it out of play. He's complaining got kneed in the butt cheek, which maybe he did. It is frustrating when that happens for the forward. And it's a free kick again to them. And we're going into the 8th. I mean, everywhere around us, people just want a pea, a pint, and a pie, maybe, don't they?
Yeah.
And they just look at the ref saying, "How are you just trying to finish the game in one?" There we go. We're into the 8th minute of time added on. Like, where's this coming from? Did he miss some of the minutes off? Did the 4th official not put the right number on the board? Carlisle win it back on the edge of their penalty area. Still we play on. Down the left-hand side with Con Clark. Steps away from his man. Tries to get his body across the path of the ball. Looks to go again. Turns into the tackle. Holds off another man. Little drag back. Keeps the ball in play on the left touchline with a little tickle. Man with a lunging tackle. Out of play for a throw-in. Great running from Con Clark. And listen to what Brunton Park thinks of that. Footwork. Dare I say Gazaresque down that touchline. Just holding his man off for strength. Not quite got the pace to escape him, but using his fancy footwork and low centre of gravity to do so. Forward in search of Con Clark. Bit too all in one. Out of play goes for a goal kick, and still we go on. How much time I don't know, are we playing here? Did it say 14 instead of 4? That is us into the... Right now, I'm just watching the clock. We've now done 8 minutes. We're into the 9th minute of time added on.
And still we go.
Ball downfield. Carlisle head it onto Kelly. Luamba tries to wriggle away from his man. Almost did, but they come away with it on the left-hand side of their defence. Ball forwards to their winger. Picked up by Cook on that left-hand side. Turns out of trouble and goes back towards halfway. I've no idea what's happening. I feel like we're in a vortex or something. We've gone into an alternate reality here where we just played 90 minutes all in one. Back with their goalkeeper. Played across the defensive line. You don't reckon it said 9 instead of 4, do you?
Possibly, because he doesn't look like he's going to blow anytime soon.
He doesn't, does he? Well, we have done 9 now. We're almost up to the 10th. Just wondering if the fourth officials board looked like a 4 when actually it was a 9. Ball forwards for Halifax that drifts through to their goalkeeper, and it's with Breeze between the sticks now, and we are officially into the 10th minute of time added on. Whatever those minutes are, I've no idea now. Breeze cracks it away downfield. Yeah, we have been told it has been given as +9, although it didn't look like that to us, but to be fair, that tarries more with the amount of injury that there should have been. As Linney tries to come forward, gets past one man, going into the area, looking to hold off another. Can he find a teammate? Goes down. Referee says no penalty. He didn't say he dived, though. That's what they're asking the question of. Not a dive, just not a foul. And he's rolled on top of the ball as it was played back to the goalkeeper, trying to get back up. He almost as much as anything there in the fight to hold his man off and find the angle to get the shot. He almost just ran out of steam, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't go over like a dive, just went over like someone whose legs just went under him.
That's the sort of position you want him in, though, isn't it? Being very direct, going into the box.
Pull downfield for Halifax. Headed on again, drops in towards Davies in the right back position, lashed away into the 11th minute of time added on at the end of this first half now as Luamba gets onto it. Kelly with the layoff to him from the Carlisle clearance. And then as Carlisle are coming forwards, down the right wing with Con Clark into space, the referee decided that is enough. And Mark Hughes turns and says to the fourth official, what is that all about? Wait until we get on the attack down the right wing with them stretched and blow for half-time. But whatever, it's half-time and it's 1-0 Carlisle leading through Junior Luamba's goal. Really good work from him down that right-hand side. He had a couple of shots, the first of which went in, the second of which was very well saved. United, I would say, very good value for that. Maybe edging towards being a value for a 2-0 lead now.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think they're very much in control. They sort of picked the pace up of the game when they won 2. After the goal, I thought we were going to go on and get a second. It was a good 10-15 minute spell where Halifax was sort of hanging on. And like I said, I think they look like a very confident bunch of lads who were enjoying playing for each other. And but it's only 1-0. Halifax have had a couple of crosses into the box, nothing major, but just a little reminder that they're still in this game. But I think on the whole, Carlisle very, very much in control.
Also, Chris Con Clark latterly as he comes down the tunnel for Carlisle United, who lead by a 1-0 here at Brunton Park. And Mark Boyd, who's impressed you? The last man off down the tunnel?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I was looking forward to watching the whole team, but there's a lot of talk of Con Clark and Regan Linney. I think Con Clark's had a lot more of the ball. He's very clever. He's done some things that a lot of players on the pitch probably wouldn't see. He gets into real good little pockets of space. He's always on the half turn. He's always looking over his shoulder to see if he can turn. He's got that awareness. He knows when to turn, when not to turn. He's got the quick feet, and yeah, he looks a real talent, doesn't he? And then you've got the two lads in midfield who keep it moving. They get a lot of the ball, Gilead and McAdam. They've been neat and tidy. I think Ellis has come in and slotted in really well. Really unlucky for Terrell Thomas to come in, get his chance and then go off so early into the game. But as you say, Ellis went from having his tracksuit onto being on the pitch in no space of time, and he's come on, he's done well. The two full-backs have got involved. you know what you're going to get from Georgie Kelly. Luamba's got his goal and he works ever so hard, but like you say, sometimes you don't want him to do too much work because you want him to be further up the pitch and in his position that he's actually playing in. But the work rate from him is great, and I just think they look a real confident bunch of lads who enjoy playing for each other. And at 1-0, the game's still very much in the balance, but they look like they're in control.
They certainly do, and that is the lead at the break. This is ruthless from Chris North Wales Blue. He's not taking any prisoners tonight. He says, if I get a little niggle and I can't work, I don't get paid. As much as I'd love Hayden to play, I won't shed a tear as they're not hard done by. Blimey.
I mean, if you're injured, you can't play, can you? I mean, if your hamstring goes, you've got to come off. You can't just, or whatever's wrong with Hayden. I mean, they know their own body. You've got to trust them and let them sort of decide for themselves. But if they're not up to playing, they can't go out and make things worse. But I know people say you play with niggles, and back in the day lads got on with it and things like that, but you don't know, do you? Only the lad knows.
Do indeed. We could really do with the crowd picking up the atmosphere. There seems to be a lot of nervous tension, says Mark from Somerset. I think maybe getting that such an early goal and then Carlisle being a bit more pedestrian after that perhaps just takes you down that way, don't you, if you're not careful. They maybe need something to just spark everything again. Yeah,
when you're very much in control, again at 1-0 you're like, you know what can happen. Teams can nick a goal. I've played in games where we've not deserved anything and come away with a 1-1 draw, and you take it all day long, especially against a team who were flying at top of the league off the back of some really good results. And Halifax will be in there and the manager will be saying, look, even though we're not that much of a threat going forward, just dig in there, try and keep it up 1-0 for as long as we can, and hopefully we get that one chance. And if they do get it, they'll have to take it because they won't get many. So if Carlisle get a second, I do think it's game over. But like I said, time and again, I do think Carlisle are very much in control of this game, and they can pick it up at any time, and hopefully they can go on and get that second goal.
It won't surprise you to know that the fact that it was 9 minutes, not 4 shown has come up on X.
Yeah, well, we thought it was 4, didn't we?
It looked like 4 from where we are, didn't it? I don't know, anyone around us.
We are mid-40s now, alright.
It is right in front of us, but I don't know whether maybe the top lip of the board was covering the I don't know, but it looked
Apologies
like 4 to us. But yeah, quite a few people have been in touch with that one. Yes. Alright, okay. Great. There we go. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm just going through all your messages. Keno, presumably listening to us idiots and not watching, says, does the ref need a new battery for his watch or something? Well, there's something is that we need to go and get our eyes tested. I actually do at the moment. Keep meaning to make that appointment, so I'll sort that out soon. Owen says, extremely average half except for the goal and 10 minutes after. Atmosphere is dead. Feels like a non-league friendly game. Could be the result of the heroics against Reading, but seems like some not quite enjoying it tonight.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think after the goal there was a real good 10-minute spell where they were looking like a half a yard quicker at everything they were doing. There was more than one two touch passing where they were linking up well, and you thought they had Halifax on the ropes. But apart from that, it has been a bit more low key. But I do feel they are sort of very much in control still, without really penetrating Halifax's defence. And yeah, you'd just like them to come out second half and sort of blow them away early doors and get that second goal and get the game done and dusted. And
you can't underestimate the exploits and exertion of Saturday, can you, with that extra time as well in the game against Reading, and what it takes out of you when you're playing a team from 2 divisions above you.
Yeah, it all comes into, it's all a factor, isn't it? And like you say, you've got to get back down to business, and you've got Halifax at home on a Tuesday night. You've got to get your head round it and get back to getting them 3 points to try and get top of the league. And they got the goal, and like you said, you'd want them to try and get that second one when they're sort of really, really on top. But it's not happened. Still in control. Halifax have had two little bits of play around our box, and just like that little reminder. But you don't want it to come out and be really flat. Halifax to get that goal and to be a frustrating night. You want to come out the Mark Hughes has been saying that now, come out the blocks, first 10-15 minutes, blow them away, get that second goal and go from there.
How good does Brunton Park look under the lights? Credit must go to the ground staff for the hard work and what's been a challenging day with the wet weather, says Anonymous. Do put your name on your message so we can give you a shout out. Mark from Somerset he says, we look well in control and with at least 2 gears. Hopefully the second goal's not too far away. Had a few good spells where we looked the better side, but a bit too slow and indecisive at times. Too many poor passes. Should be pressing home the advantage more and looking to score more. Asking for trouble at 1-0 unless we step it up. They've got a goal in them, says Sally Sellafield toothy and playing with it within ourselves. Hopefully we can go through the gears after the break. No daft start to the second half, please, from Croydon Davy. Thanks to those of you who've been getting in touch with us then this evening on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. Let's get you up to speed with what is going on elsewhere around us here. In the National League, Boreham Wood are leading Aldershot by a goal to nil, and it's Hartlepool 1, Morecambe nil. They're started in their second half, actually, unsurprisingly. Yeovil Wealdstone is goalless in that one. So at the moment, Boreham Wood up to second in the table, Carlisle up to the top. In the Champions League, earlier in the night, Napoli drew with Eintracht Frankfurt by 0 goals to nil. They drew 0-0, is what I'm saying. Arsenal won by 3 goals to nil at Slavia Prague. Marino with 2 and a Saka penalty in that one. Atletico Madrid seemed to have got a second goal, or was it a first? Something's been ruled out for VAR. I think it was a second, so Julian Alvarez had put them ahead, and it looked like they got a second against Real Union, but it has gone down as chalked off by VAR. Monaco leading 1-0 close to the Arctic Circle against Bodo Glimt. The former Arsenal man Balogun with the goal for side from Monte Carlo. Juventus 1-1 with Sporting Lisbon. Lisbon taking the lead through Araujo, and then Dusan Vlahovic with the equaliser for the White Lady of Italian football. Where have we got here? Olympiacos leading 1-0 against PSV Eindhoven. Martins with the goal. Gelson Martins with their goal. They lead 1-0 in that one. 2-0, the last I saw, PSG against Bayern Munich. Luis Diaz with both goals, the former Liverpool man. Dembele had thought it equalised in between them, but it was ruled out for offside by VAR. And Tottenham are leading 1-0 through a strike from Brennan Johnson in their game this evening as well in the Champions League. We'll just take a little break from the action here so I can have a good cough and we can have a good drink, etc., and look back on the breaking story yesterday, such as it was. The latest version of Football Manager came out for the first time in the computer game's history. Players can now manage the women's teams from around the world. I'll be giving it a try, as will Adam Johnson, who is part of the BBC Radio Cumbria Sport team. We're both that sort of nerds. Whitehaven's women's striker Casey Curry, though, will be having a go too. She spoke to the BBC Radio Cumbria Sport team last night and started off by telling us how things are going for Whitehaven women.
We've already played 3 games this season, and obviously we've just kind of came into a new team. There's a lot of young players coming through. We've had some hard challenges, but we're really progressing as a team and getting a lot better.
Have you bagged any goals yet?
I got 1 on the weekend.
How did it feel? What was it like? Tell us about your goal.
It was just a shot from the edge of the box after a corner, and it went in. It was good. Like, it's just good to celebrate with your team after. Like, it's a dead good environment and community of people.
It's scoring a goal, mate, is unbelievable. Anyone who scores a goal in a competitive match, there's no feeling like it. Adam, you've done it?
A long time ago, yeah. I'm a defender. The goal scoring wasn't my forte.
And by the way, Casey, just a goal from the edge of the box. I mean, what we're talking about here, a 20-yarder?
About that, yeah.
Just? You scored a screamer is what you're saying, basically?
Kinda.
Yeah. Look, have you... we've kind of chuffed that we've got you because you're at the younger end of, our listenership. Would you describe yourself as someone who's ever played computer games? Are you in any way a gamer? People your age might find that easier to say than people our age.
I wouldn't really class myself as a gamer. I mean, I've played FIFA a few times, but I'm definitely not the best. Yeah,
you see, when you're my age, I'm mid-40s. Adam, you're a little bit younger than me, aren't you?
I'm only just 40, man.
There you go. Well, that's a little bit younger than me. But, like, my wife kind of has a way of saying gaming, like it makes it sound like it's a bit dirty. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit different for younger folk. But, yeah, I presume quite a lot of your teammates play FIFA and Call of Duty and these things and, other games, Fortnite, etc.
Yeah, it is definitely popular.
Much more. I read the other day that the gaming industry absolutely dwarfs the film industry these days. It's just an aside. It's not really what we're talking about. What do you reckon to Football Manager finally having women's teams on, Casey? What do you make of that news?
I think it's really good, and it really spreads a positive message. Obviously, the younger girls, and also it shows a message to everyone and shows equality between both matches, both the men's and the girls' game.
Because I imagine there'll be loads of girls who've played Football Manager over the years, but have always, had to play with the men's teams. But to actually be able to play with the Women's Super League, play with the Lionesses, etc., that's very different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. And also for the boys who are playing it, it shows a message to them as well.
And the fact that I think when you manage, I mean, Adam, you've had a bit of a go on it because it's sort of pre-out now, isn't it, for people who've pre-ordered it, and it's called the beta. We don't want to get too involved with it, do we? But essentially, when you load a team in the Premier League, you get there, if they have a women's team, you get that as well, don't you? And that sort of runs concurrently.
Well, yeah, the leagues just run behind it anyway. So when you go and set up the database that you want to use, you press on the side and the women's league is there in the background. So even if you don't manage a team that's got a women's team, and I mean, I always select Barrow. Barrow don't have a women's team, but the women's league is still there, and you can still see it. You can still see the fixtures. You can still click on the teams, click on the players, and if a job of an opportunity was to come available, you would be able to apply for that job. So even as I say, it's there. It's constantly running in the background anyway.
Do you think you're going to get it, Casey? Do you think you're going to go and have a look and see what it's like?
Yeah, I definitely will. Obviously, because it's just came out and it's such a big thing that the girls have just came in. And I think it also a lot more people will have a look at it now that this has came out.
I think, when you think about play, your knowledge of football, I think I grew up as a sort of what I proper was a nerd as well in the 90s, long before you were around, Casey. But I knew so much about Italian football, Spanish football. I knew where all the wonder kids were around the world. I knew Ronaldinho before he moved to Europe when he was playing at Gramaio in Brazil, just because when you play Football Manager, your scouts find these players. And do you think that people like you and whoever plays with the women's teams on Football Manager will learn more about what's out there and who might be the up-and-coming talents and things, and get almost that encyclopedic knowledge that losers like me had in the 90s, just knowing who everyone was?
Yeah, it definitely spreads a really positive message in that way, and it's also nice for the girls and the ladies who have worked really hard and actually got to the standard where they'll be involved in the game to have that as well.
Have you got a team that you follow?
In women's, I follow Man United.
In men's as well?
No.
Not Workington? Not the way of a men's team?
Yeah, we watch them sometimes.
The sound of local football.
Carlisle and Barrow. Exclusively live.
BBC Radio Cumbria Sport.
Yeah, welcome back to Brunton Park. Thanks to Casey for joining us last night on the Total Sport Weekend Review, part of your 6 till 7 lineup every weeknight from BBC Radio Cumbria here. It was really nice chatting about Football Manager, which is out today if you're a gamer, and if you play that one, then I hope you are enjoying that, because it came out, I think, at 5 o'clock today. I'll be doing it in the evening. when I get home tonight, I mean. Everything all right?
Yeah, just Johnny was.
Oh, I thought there was some drama there. You were pointing at something.
No.
Some drama.
Just Johnny mentioned something. So
Carlisle players are back out, incidentally, in front of us. No sign of the Halifax players just yet. David's been in onto Excess. Just a game we need to get through tonight and pick up the points, perhaps. A little bit after the Lord Mayor's show from the weekend, maybe. Just a game we need to get through and pick up some points a little bit after the Lord Mayor's show. Looking forward to my next football assignment, says Dave Parkinson, getting in touch with us this evening in the Vars. I think we need some more in the second half. And David Marnie, I think maybe a Halifax player, saying, who are these people in commentary? Read your team sheet, referring to Halifax as their players rather than naming them. Yeah, the problem there is, mate, there is a football commentator commentating in the 5th division of English football. The number of Carlisle fans who will know who your players are by name are very, very few. And much so I've got the team sheet and your team out in formation in front of me, and I've talked about the ones who are where they are. At times it's pertinent to just say where your team is on the pitch to give people an understanding of what's going on in the game. But thanks for your feedback on being a football commentator. Look forward to hearing from you again. Carlisle not too far off getting back underway then at the start of this second half here on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. We'll have to see how things shape up for United in this second half. Probably just need a little bit more from them and the crowd and everything. Just everything, I guess, just needs to pull together that little bit more here, just to keep them going in this game, just to keep them on top of the situation, because they lead well, they've played well, but it is slender, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and you hope they come out flying and sort of take it to the games of Halifax in the first 10-15 minutes and hopefully get that second goal. You don't want it to be flat, and you don't want to sort of be 1-0 going into the final stages, and then Halifax creating a chance or two, because then it gets a little bit nervy. So hopefully they can start well and get a second goal.
And this is a good start down the right hand side. McAdam into the penalty area for United, turned away by Halifax. Carlisle United back onto it again with Archie Davis on this near side, linking up with Clark. Little ball around the corner, little tug of the shirt there in towards the back post. Great ball in there from McAdam, it really was, but there was a very clear tug of the shirt right in front of us there, and even though he got away and got the cross in, is there not a shout that should be a penalty, Mark Boyd?
Yeah, possibly. As I agree with you, it was a tug of the shirt, and I think the referee was maybe looking to see where the ball was gonna go and end up. And it was a great ball across the area, but obviously there was no one there following in. But it was definitely a tug on the shirt that's been missed.
They've carried the ball out to play on the far side, and United have an opportunity with a throw-in on that left-hand side. The United line-up for you this evening is a fair bit changed. Gabe Breeze is in goal. Right back is Davis, left back is Harper, and the centre of defence now is Ellis and Feeney. United get on it with a throw on that left-hand side. Clark with it, holding off his man, looking to whip the ball out towards the Wamba on the right wing. Touch let him down, got away from him. It came a long way. He had a man right on him, and Halifax get onto it in defence and play away upfield, looking out towards the winger on this left-hand side. Got booked in the first half for diving. One of the midfielders, actually, Hamani, coming out there to try and get away, but played it off of Feeney, United captain, and it's a throw-in to Halifax. Toe back down the line to the thrower on this near side. Capello coming forward from left back to take it. Infield, and Halifax will just try and lift one into the Carlisle penalty area. It's relatively aimless low and straight through to goalkeeper Gabe Breeze. Having a look after it, and then plays out to Ellis, centre of the United defence, drives out of it. So he's come in there because Terrell Thomas went off injured 7 minutes into the game, and he was only in the team. He was only in the team because Aaron Hayden picked up an injury before the game had even kicked off. Into the midfield, United have got Gilead and McAdam. And the 10-year-old Clark on the right wing, Luamba on the left wing, Linney, and down the centre Kelly, who looked like he played a good touch in that you referenced a moment ago, Mark Boyd, but it drifted away and was picked up by their midfielder.
Yeah, he got caught out, didn't he? It was the right idea, just the execution was let him down.
United at the back with McAdam anchoring in their midfield, gives it back into Gabe Breeze. Their team, Sam Johnson in goal, Thierry Latti Fairweather at right back, Angelo Capello left, centre halves Jevon Mills and Sean Hobson, Will Hugel and Jay Turner Cook in their midfield. Slightly more advanced man is the referee gives a free kick for the foul on Luamba. Harris up top, Cook and Bray wide for them. United's bench, Lewis, Whelan, Wern, Williams, Grant and Armstrong now, with Ellis having already come up off it and in for Thomas. On the home side's bench, Nathaniel Ford, Adam Alamy, Adatoro, AJ Warburton, Jack Jenkins, Dylan Crowe, Cody Johnson and Owen Davenport. Free kick to United for that foul on Luamba, just to the right of the centre circle in the Halifax half. Holds up his left hand. What can he conjure from here for United? Drifts it very deep towards the flick on, which I think Kelly got up and won the header. Just couldn't get enough on it to send it over the goalkeeper. Could have done well to beat him from there, and it's gathered by the man between the sticks, Johnson, the Halifax captain. Carlisle try and play it away down the left off the Halifax man, but it goes out to play for a throw to them on that right hand side, and Latti Fairweather takes it. So the winger coming in off the right, who plays back into the centre of defence. Across that defensive line they look to come, and then up into the Carlisle half down the left hand side. Lambert coming out to meet Capello. Carlisle feel it was a double ricochet. Mark Hughes is adamant it was, but the official's not giving it that way. The fourth official saying, getting it from Mark Hughes now, saying you saw that, why didn't he?
It's got to be the worst job ever, fourth official. You just get stick from both ends, don't you?
And their man's tried a little pirouette under pressure, and number 10 Cook on this near side.
Man on.
Throwing field at Gilead, just held his man off nicely. Harris came a long way with him, but it comes out to right back now, Davis for United. Little flick down the line off his man and gets a throw in for Carlisle. Just making incremental distance up the touchline on this right hand side. Halifax have had a good shape about them, and one or two times they've got forwards and just shown the potential to get in behind United, but just one shot not on target from them so far. So Carlisle will be pretty satisfied as Kelly surely feels he should have got a handball there. He's appealing for it. Officials saying no again. Real drag there from Luamba on their anchoring midfielder Hugo, and that's an obvious free kick. Just the one yellow card so far to this man on the left wing, Cook, on the near touchline, the left. Other than that, all the fouls have just about managed to escape it, which has allowed the game to flow pretty well with Gareth Lewis, the man in the middle. across the Halifax defensive line, and over it will come to Capello again on this near side. Tries to spin around Luamba. I'm not sure that's a foul, to be honest. He tried to spin and pirouette into space that wasn't there, didn't he, Mark? He just turned into Luamba.
His knee has gone into his back, but he's played it. I think he's played it well, hasn't he? He's sort of spun into him, knowing he's going to get clattered from behind, and he's went down.
I reckon it might have hurt, actually, but I reckon he just tried to spin out, spin his shoulders from right to left, and just turned into Luamba as he was running in behind him.
Yeah, he just got his body in front, didn't he? And the pace he was coming in at, I think he was always going to get the free kick.
This evening's attendance is 5,897.
5897. 5897 with 109 away. Just under that 6,000 mark as Carlisle get a free kick with a long ball forwards out to the right wing for Halifax, and a foul that, had he not given that, they had a couple of men over there actually.
Yeah, they did, yeah. Yeah, but it was blatant, wasn't it?
I don't know, I was writing the attendance down.
Yeah, it was. An easy one for the ref to give, I think. But you just get that feel again, don't you? They've not really, it's just sort of carried on from the first half. It's just sort of, there could be a little bit more urgency, I think.
Ball downfield that Kelly gets onto, felt he was being held, referee not interested, tries to go after it again, but cleared away at the back by Halifax into the United half, looking to get Harris onto the ball. Ellis got around, or Feeney I think it was actually, got around his man, and Carlisle wrap it away downfield. Defender on the far side, Lati Fairweather with a good head. Callum was in danger of going over the top of the ball onto the man there, who just slid in at his feet, but thankfully what looked like a potentially awkward collision didn't really occur. Halifax trying to work it around Carlisle, strong in on the far side, on the edge of a foul actually, it looked like, from the Carlisle man, but ref just happy with it to be a throw-in. Luamba just with a word or two for the referee as well, front of us, as the game gets back underway with that throw down the right. Another throw to Halifax, just trying to inch their way down the right touchline like Carlisle did down this near side a few minutes ago. Wealdstone have taken the lead at Yeovil, so that's moving Wealdstone up to the edge of the playoffs and above Halifax in the table. Carlisle currently going top with this slender lead here at Halifax, but they're having a lot of the ball at the start of this second half. 53rd minute we're in. They've carried it out of play and trying to wriggle in a tight area for a Carlisle throw in the left back position. It's going to be a long evening this, isn't it, if Carlisle don't manage to re-establish the control.
Yeah, it is. And like you say, in a game like this, the longer it goes, the better Halifax will feel, because it just takes that little one chance, doesn't it, to nick a point for them. So at 1-0, like you say, quite nervy.
Halifax trying to come at Carlisle United again down the right hand side, across the defensive line, and looking to pick out Capello on this left. Luamba's come out to meet them though. He's done a really good defensive job, clearly like to get forward with both fullbacks, and United have done their best to stifle them. Con Clark trying to charge down the man who plays forward, but he sidesteps him out of defence. Jevon Mills that is. Come on Carlisle is the sort of shout around us, trying to get Carlisle back onto it. What a first half Luis Diaz had for Bayern Munich, by the way at Paris Saint-Germain. 2 goals and a red card.
Good.
Down to 10 men for all of the second half against the European champions. Lunging in a bit there, Davis, and nearly got caught by the man, and nearly caught the man all in one there, but both of them came out of it unscathed. Carlisle clear up towards halfway, just potted forward by Hobson for Halifax out to the right wing, where the fullback Lati Fairweather will try and break away from Harper down that right touchline. First time he's got him really one-on-one. Little pop round the corner, trying to give and go. Angle and space maybe for a shot or cross from the right of the Carlisle penalty area. Working it out. Shot towards goal from the left. Breeze took that really well. Took that like a champion. It was a really good rifle dipping shot from the far side. Was it from Bray potentially, the former Barrow man? And he jumped, and you thought he'd push it over the bar, and he just caught it, which is brave, isn't it? You don't see keepers do that so often anymore.
No, you see a lot of them palming it away, don't you, or pushing it either over the bar or away from danger. But yeah, he's caught it well, because there was a lot of dip on it, so it was a really good catch in the end.
The risk is that it squirms through your hands and goes in, isn't it, when keepers do that? That's why so many of them push it over. But Breeze backed himself there. Con Clark, good touch into Linney, up towards the edge of the area, thinks about the shot, stabs it to Luamba again, on the right, goes hard at the near post, top corner, always rising over the bar. Kelly was arriving in there, maybe thought he couldn't cut the ball back around the man closing him down, trying to block the shot. Maybe thought the cross wasn't on, so went for the top corner, and over it goes, goal kick.
Yeah, good little play again. Little pass around the corner from, I think it was Con Clark, and they're in on goal. And another one where you thought Linney might pull the trigger, but he's played Luamba down the right hand side, and I still think he's got to try and flash it across, because I think the angle's far too tight to try and beat the keeper from there.
Halifax come away down the right hand side, looking to lift it up towards their striker. Headed away Feeney, but picked up in the midfield, driving onto it, looking for the angle for the shot, maybe out to that right wing again. Cross comes shot from the right. Carlisle managed to repel it initially. Shot again from the edge of the area. Total miss kick from Hugo, up and over the bar, and it's wolf whistled as it goes into those Halifax fans behind the goal, away to our left.
Again though, not bad from Halifax, just a decent bit of play. I mean, the last bit was a bit woeful. It's gone high and wide, but yeah, they've a couple of times now where, just again, a little reminder that they're not going to lie down and just take this beating. They want to get back into this game. So, as you can see, the fans are rallying now to try and get a little bit more urgency out of the players.
Yeah, certainly are, just trying to do their little bit. Carlisle feel they should have got a free kick in there. The fans not happy there with the treatment of Georgie Kelly. Ellis's head has put Harper under a bit of pressure, but a good calm touch back towards goalkeeper Gabe Breeze. Wilson Odebear has given Tottenham a 2-0 lead now against Copenhagen in the capital in the Champions League. As Carlisle come out to defence here with Ellis out to the left hand side, down the line United look to go. Linney gets on it, lovely spin away from his man, can't beat him all in one. In fact, it might be, is it Con Clark actually on that and far touchline, manages to find the pass inside to Regan Linney, goes for the shot from goal, which was long range and ambitious, and it was blocked almost at source there by one of the Halifax defenders. Great feat though from Con Clark, spun his man and somehow in between two managed to find a pass to his former Altrincham teammate Linney, who's now on the ball again on the left touchline, gets to the byline, cuts it back, trying to find the angle for the shot towards goal. Has gone for almost a chip to the back post this time. I think it's still a shot rather than a cross, and it goes over for a goal kick.
But when he gets in them positions, you just think anything can happen, don't you, with what he's produced this season. He scored from that angle time and again. He just gets that little half a yard and seems to find the net. So the crowd get excited when he's in them positions, and rightly so. But Con Clark again with the feet and the way he turns and gets away from people, it's really good to see, good to watch.
Certainly is, and right back Lati Fairweather is a down again for Halifax, and you just wonder, don't you, whether this is going to be a long evening for him, and whether his evening is done, whether they'll have to go with an option off the bench here, because it's a couple of times he's been down now and he doesn't look too happy, does he, as he sat down there over on the far side?
No, it looks like you said, it's not the first time he's been down, so he must have an ongoing problem that's bothering him. See how much longer he can last.
Change coming for Hartlepool, you can see it down below us here. The fourth official has just been passed the sheet to tell him who's coming on. Of course, the player who's coming on has turned his back to me. It's the number 31 Owen Davenport coming on shortly for the visitors. Looks like he's coming off, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he is, yeah. Like you said, that's a couple of times he's been down now, so there's obviously something.
Don't know what they'll reorganise here. Owen Davenport's coming on, he's a very big lad.
He is.
On loan from Fleetwood. I thought he was a forward, so I don't know whether they'll reorganise or whether he's just somebody will go and do a job in that right hand side position. Possible that Cook looks like he's moving over there, unless he's just switching wings. You can see the central defence just trying to talk things through. Davenport is the change though. However they look to go about it, maybe they're going to use this change to go slightly more offensive. It is Lati Fairweather off for Davenport. Really struggled to get Thierry Lati Fairweather's name on the team sheet. It's a lot of letters. I wonder what it looks like on the back of his shirt as Carlisle clear away through Archie Davis. Drops behind Kelly and the defender comes away with it, Mills. Want to move across the midfield, but in the end has to go over to that right hand side, and it does look like Cook has gone out to right back. He's slotting into that position. They've moved the number 8 Hermione out onto the wing at the moment, and Davenport sort of fitting in there around Harris's striker Kelly. Good touch initially, holds off his man, lays it off into the midfield on halfway for Carlisle United. Further up to Con Clark now on the left wing position, got support from Harper going down the left. What sort of cross can he send into the penalty area? Whips it across into the middle, well defended away. Really good sliding defend away there from Mills, I think it was. Behind it goes for a corner to Carlisle United.
Just really good play all round, wasn't it? Georgie Kelly doing what he does best, getting it under control. He's got the awareness to see Con Clark in that little pocket of space, and you've got the full-back overlapping and got a corner out of it, but a real good passage of play.
And Con Clark has left this one. Is it Harper who's going to take a left-footed outswing? Con Clark's on the edge of the D. Here it comes, the corner in towards goal. Carlisle trying to get something onto it. Kelly got a little flick around the corner and it just p-rolled wide of the near post. The goalkeeper could only turn and watch it go. Always going just wide, but I think he might have trickled in if it were on target.
Yeah, it wasn't far off, was it? I think the keeper was very flat-footed and he was praying it went the wrong side of the post, which it did.
That's clearance. Then Luamba caught as he played that forwards. The referee will bring that one back, gone forward, and Con Clark and Kelly were trying to get onto it. Luamba's down. Feeney is really unhappy with the way that the man lunged in there. Must confess, I thought they were both going for the ball and not really looking at each other there, and Luamba just got there a fraction ahead of the Halifax man. Referee just having a quick word with Josh Imani.
He'll give him a final warning, I think, but like you said, I agree with you on that one. I think they were both genuinely just going in for the ball there.
Con Clark over at United. Referee's put the spray down, so he's going to march out 10 paces towards the wall, which is right where the man had stood. So I'm glad we did all of that. And now we wait for Mr. Lewis to allow us to get back underway. 62nd minute. Carlisle leading 1-0. Played down the right hand side looking for Luamba, edge of the penalty area, turns out of trouble, gives it back to Con Clark, rolls his foot over the ball, swerves across in towards the back post. It's a good ball. Kelly was there, running onto it. Linney from the left hand side on his right foot, couldn't find the angle to shoot himself. Harper gets something in towards goal, breaks towards the back post. Carlisle should get themselves a corner and do.
Yeah, it was good play, wasn't it? Nice quick free kick back to Con Clark. He's put a great ball in, and just I think it was Kelly just stretching a little bit so he couldn't get a full header on it, but put them under some good pressure.
Con Clark to take this corner at the Warwick Road end, right-footed in swinger. Morecambe have equalised at Hartlepool. Corner comes in, near post, United get the flick, drops in there to a Carlisle man, blocked away, should be a corner. Another follow-up corner it is.
Yeah, nearly on the end of that one again. Just want sort of the same delivery, get it whipped in, attack it.
Con Clark, left arm goes up in the air. Here comes the corner again. Right foot out, swinging it towards that near post. Carlisle got the flick, but no one could get onto the second ball. Picked up by Luamba. Out on the left now for them. Man tight on him, tries to go around him with a little clever back heel. Gets it to Linney, edge of the area, into shooting territory. Gets the shot away, smothered. Appealing for the handball. Absolutely adamant. The fans are as well. The referee having none of it though. McAdam trying to stop his man getting forwards on the far touchline, and Carlisle managed to come away with the ball. Fighting for it though, the Halifax player after it. Carlisle managed to get away. Down the left again with Luamba. Running at his man here for Carlisle United, up towards the edge of the penalty area, still going, runs into the tackle, nothing wrong with that for me. Kelly comes and wins it back though for Carlisle United, nothing wrong with that either. On the corner of the area, finds Linney.
I should have left it.
I should have left it for Con Clark, and Con Clark's livid with his mate that he didn't, and it allows Halifax to try and break away up towards halfway. Hugo with the ball out towards the right wing for Halifax. Carlisle cuts it out with Harper the left back. Play forwards to Con Clark, getting them forwards. Luamba's in an offside position. Con Clark up towards the edge of the penalty area, little back heel into the path of Kelly. Slide tackle on him. Linney gets the shot away over the bar goal kick. Loads of drama, loads of action. Still 1-0 just to Carlisle United.
Yeah, more like it, what the game needed, I think. The fans are a lot noisier now. The game sort of lifted in pace, and yeah, exactly what you needed. Linney's definitely got that in the locker, hasn't he, where just that little whip into the far corner and wasn't too far away.
Halifax play out down the right hand side from the eventual goal kick there to the right wing, but Carlisle managed to get in, make the tackle, and somehow they find the pass around the corner up towards halfway. Gilead spins his man, lays it off to McAdam, and to Con Clark just inside the Halifax half, tries to find the pass through towards Georgie Kelly. That would have been absolute eye of the needle stuff if he'd have got that one through. In the end it's worked back by Halifax to their goalkeeper. Comes across to Mills in the centre of their defence. Johnson has a look up, sees the runner potentially there of Harris down the middle, but just drifts harmlessly through to Gabe Breeze. Just has calming hands out around, then thought about bowling out to Archie Davis, which wouldn't have been a calm thing to do. 65th minute we're in. Luamba with the goal. 50 minutes of match play ago. And then Breeze whacks away downfield. Kelly nowhere near this one, so it's just an easy header back into the Carlisle half for the Halifax centre half. Linney with a little cushion touch inside for Con Clark, trying to get onto the give and go potentially. Con Clark takes it out to the left hand side of the penalty area here for United, gets a little stab shot through. I don't know how he managed to work the angle to get that one through there, but the goalkeeper fell on it. Any sort of spill there, and Carlisle had 3 men on the ball.
Yeah, the keeper had to be alive to that, because them little ones where with no backlift and sort of half not expecting it, they could just creep into the corner, so you could see what he was trying to do.
Carlisle coming forwards down the right here, but Halifax managed to head it away, and then good play actually, gets them away down this left hand side, trying to break onto United with Hamani. Looks for a deep drifting ball towards the back post. It's not a bad ball at all, and they're going to get onto it. They're offside, cut back across the face of goal, wide anyway. Flag goes up. Carlisle were appealing, and it did go up in the end, the flag on that far side. It was a lovely ball actually, wasn't it, from Hamani?
Yeah, nearly put him in, but like you say, he was offside, so
came in from Kings Lynn, the division below these two National League sides. Former Accrington man Josh Hamani, 25, 6 goals he's got this season. Not at all to be sniffed at.
No, it's not. It's a good return.
It's a normal return, isn't it, for a sort of an attacking midfielder? Well, in fact, it's a really good return for a sort of a forward player who can play 10 or wide. They're just the odd freak in this division, like Regan Linney, who are on 14 at this stage, which is bafflingly brilliant, including that hat-trick in the FA Cup. Here he comes away down the left again, manages to get past his man. He's got 2 men in the penalty area. Kelly wants it cut back. He tried to cut it back, maybe should have gone for the acute angle shot. He has scored from there. He was desperate to try and pick out Kelly in the middle, but the men smothered him and tried to cut that off more than they cut the shot off.
Yeah, it was great play, wasn't it? And I think Kelly was really screaming for it, so it sort of made his mind up. But like you say, he scored from them crazy angles this season, hasn't he? So you wouldn't be surprised if he took it on, but it was good play again, and he's getting more and more involved now this half. Regan Linney, he's had a few snapshots.
Here comes the Carlisle corner towards the near post. Carlisle get the flick, and it's gone in! Flick to the near post for Carlisle United, and a goal for Carlisle United.
Feeney.
Well, Luamba's run away to the right hand side celebrating on this near side. Feeney seems to get the flick at the near post. I don't know if Luamba got something on it as well. They're all celebrating with Junior Luamba. Couldn't tell you what exactly happened there, but Carlisle United lead by 2 goals to 0 here in the 67th minute. I think that one will have gone in.
Yeah,
wow.
Exactly what they needed. I just seen Feeney run away after his flick there. I thought he just went in the net, but obviously Luamba's got his second goal whipped in. Feeney's got to cross his man, and just exactly what they needed. It's a massive uphill task now for Halifax, who wanted to like cling on at 1-0, but I think it's been coming. Carlisle have been cutting them open more and more as the half's gone on, and I think overall they deserve 2-0.
The better side, but only just in the second half. I think like it's been a very even half, but United have forced the issue there, haven't they? They've had a concerted period, and Halifax have buckled. Yeah, they have.
Like you say, they've been a couple of times in down the left hand side, a couple of snapshots here and there, so yeah, just what they needed, that second goal. Hopefully they can kick on now and be even more in control.
Liverpool have taken the lead through Alexis McAllister against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Tottenham, it's been a night for goal scorers getting sent off. Brennan Johnson's been sent off in that match, and no sooner have they gone down to 10 men than they've scored a third through Mickey van der Ven. Funny night in Europe's top competition. Ball over the top for Halifax. Carlisle head away. Hugo will pick it up on the edge of the area here. A couple of changes coming very shortly for Halifax as they try and change the way that this game's going. Lakeland, their manager, looking on at the moment, talking with his coaching staff, trying to link up down the right hand side and get it. Carlisle United up towards the edge of the penalty area, running in from Cook. Switched to right back in this second half due to the injury to Lati Fairweather. Carlisle just slightly overdoing it on the ball and getting caught out on it there with Linney, I think it was, and in the end just the horrid clearance away is picked up by Halifax, who will cross halfway again and try and come forwards with Turner Cook out to that right hand side, and the other Cook on the pitch for the visitors. Cross in from very deep. Carlisle stab away through Ellis, picked up again in there. Linney looks like he's maybe just hurt something, just not moving very well there as the ball dropped near him to a Halifax man. Trying to come forwards down the left wing here, Halifax, and carrying it out to play there somewhat disappointingly for the visitors with Hamani, and it's a throw into United in the right back position. And Carlisle have got Stephen Wern warmed up and ready to come on as well. Stripped off, got back underway immediately with a throw-in. Davis plays down the right touchline here. Luamba, beautiful little Megs around his man. That is splendid, and he's on a hat-trick running forwards. Plays it into Con Clark. He's got Kelly and Luamba. Slip back to Luamba on the right, drills towards goal, and he's gone for the shot, hasn't he? And it drifts out for a throw-in on the far side. Naming lights was his moment there, wasn't it? And here comes Worm for Carlisle United. That little drag back, nutmegs, and then spin away from his man there was absolutely delicious.
Remember showboating on Soccer AM, it would have been on that, wouldn't it?
It would.
Yeah, it was. That was nice. That really good.
I'm sure Steve Stone did something like that in the Premier League years ago for Nottingham Forest, just like that. Chris Conclark's coming off for Stephen Wern.
Yeah.
So the conundrum at the moment, how do you get them both on the pitch? Maybe you don't. Maybe Wern's in his right place with the quality of Conclark in there. Anyone who listens to the Carlisle Social will know that I'm in the fan club of Stephen Wern. I really enjoy watching him. I think you'll like him as well, Mark.
Yeah.
Boyd. Very good, technical, clever footballer, but Conclark's Conclark, isn't he?
Yeah. It's not a bad substitution to make, is it? Quality coming off and quality coming on. It's what you need. It's what they've got. So it's they've got some real good talent on the bench to come on, and Stephen Wern's one of them, and he's got 20 minutes to make an impact.
Their change is coming as well. They're making a triple change here. And the fourth official is going to have to try and fight his way through all of this. Number 30 is coming on, that's Cody Johnson. He's the first, but no, the 19 is going to be the first of their changes. AJ Warburton.
Yeah, I think they need to try something, don't they? Triple sub, 2-0 down, 20 minutes left.
Well, the fourth official hasn't even got the board up. That's the first change. He comes on for Hermani, the one who just overran the ball a minute ago, maybe just looking a bit tired. Next player coming on is the number 23, Dylan Crow, left-sided player. Where exactly he'll go, we'll find out in a moment. He's coming on for the number 10, who went to right back, Jamie Cook. And the final change is that number 30, Cody Johnson, former Stockport man. It's a lot of work for the fourth official, this, isn't it?
It is.
He's programmed well, though. And he comes on for Owen Bray, so both wingers changed.
You just on about BBC Sounds before, weren't you? I've got my mates in Mexico with his boy Thomas listening now, and it's a brilliant thing to listen to, isn't it? They just sat by the pool in Mexico listening to Carlisle v Halifax. Very nice.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's one of the real perks of this season. One of the silver linings when you're scraping the barrel for Carlisle getting relegated out of the Football League is that we can bring you the games on BBC Sounds around the world. I know the Piatics listen via bbc.com, listening to that as well. As Carlisle, good stab tackle forwards here. Luamba takes the shot on from way out. Keeper pushes it away. He is right up for this now. Everyone's had a night like him who's ever played football, Mark Boyd, where you've scored a couple and suddenly everything you can see all the angles for the shots and the technique and everything.
Yeah, he's enjoying himself, isn't he? He doesn't want the game to come to an end. He's done that magical bit of skill before where he's megged the lad with the drag back. He's got himself on the score sheet twice, and yeah, he'll be loving it.
Another goal in the Champions League for Tottenham. They've scored twice since going a man down. Lead 4-0 now. Joao Paulinho with their latest goal. As the ball comes into the area for Carlisle, breaks towards Kelly, gets the left foot shot.
Save.
Great save, the goalkeeper, and hacked away Halifax. McAdam tries to keep it alive, knees it, volleys towards goal. The keeper saves that as well. First one was an absolute cracker from Kelly. The McAdam one more regulation.
Yeah, couldn't have hit it any better, could he, George? Kelly must have thought that was 3-0 game over, but yeah, what a save from the experienced keeper. Really good.
Really good save, wasn't it? Really blocked it well. And I think it's going to be a Carlisle throw now. Officials weren't sure, and in the end, guessed between them. And it's not always easy when the ball jams in between two players like that, almost traps in between them and drifts out. Halifax look to come away down the right hand side at Carlisle United towards halfway. Carlisle shuttle across the pitch back into position to try and hold them up, force them back inside. Kelly looks to chase after his man in the midfield. Turner Cook gets on it, looks out towards Angelo Capello on the left wing here. Davis tried to get the initial toe onto it. Capello manages to get the cross in towards goal. It's dangerous, drops in the penalty area. Carlisle repel it once, twice, and then another. I think one of their own men got in the way and made the block there. They're coming forwards again with the ball over the top. Ellis under this one, under pressure from his man, and it will drift through for a goal kick. But that was really dangerous, that. Again, just showing the quality there, Halifax. The way they moved that one and got into space, and I think one of their own players blocked it in the end.
He did, and the lad has hit it really well as well. He's just unlucky for them. He's hit him on the back, on the leg, but yeah, good move, good diagonal ball in behind. The left back's such a really good touch and crossed it in, and like you say, as much as Carlisle you think it's at 2-0, it's quite comfortable. That's all it takes, isn't it? So a little let off there.
Just coming up to 9:30, 15 minutes of this game to go here on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. Significantly delayed by that first half injury to Terrell Thomas.
Ooh.
Georgie Kelly's gone down there, felt like he got a handoff in the face. Foul from McAdam on his man, but Kelly's not happy there. Referee just holding up play there, is he?
Maybe a little poke in the eye, was it?
Yeah, it could have been. He's unhappy. It could be one of those ones that really hurt, actually, but it might not have necessarily been a foul per se.
Oh, no. I mean, it's definitely accidental, but it's...
The paddock as the paddock does, though, wanting blood, wanting the foul, but... McAdam, I think, making sure that either he tackled the ball off his man or his man didn't go past one way or the other. And it is a free kick in this left-back position to the visitors, Halifax. Carlisle leading them by 2-0. 2 Junior Luamba goals, his first 2 for United. We talked about this a fair bit actually this season when the signing started to come in this summer. Archie Boy was the one we're excited by. He'd had cracking games against Carlisle United for Sutton, really intelligent, fast running winger. Luamba more seen as potentially more of a centre forward, 6'2", 6'3", strong presence, bit more of a project, but it's him who slotted in on this right and made it his position more than anyone this season, and this game has really seen him flourish. A couple of those turns he's done tonight have been brilliant.
Yeah, and his work rate's top draw as well, isn't it? Sometimes he's a little bit too honest going back into the positions you sort of don't want him to go back into and sort of keep his own position, but he's had a night to remember, hasn't he? A couple of goals and playing really well.
I think his heat map would be lower than Lenny's on the other wing, wouldn't it? But maybe you need to give and take on those two sides. He certainly helps out the fullback, doesn't he?
He does.
He's looking over here as his man starts to run towards him. Halifax coming forwards out of defence with Mills. No real option, so he spins 360 degrees, sidesteps Luamba and then clips forwards, trying to get it over the head of Feeney, who heads downfield. McAdam further on. Luamba tries to get around his man. That'll be a throw-in to Carlisle. I think it was to Halifax. Mark Hughes thinks it should have been Carlisle, but I think it was Halifax. Official's getting it now because Mark Hughes has shown his dissent. Lifted forward, Davenport just trying to get his arm into the face there. I rather fancied of Morgan Feeney. Davis steps across and gets it to McAdam, and then we'll be able to break away down the right. Luamba flicks on, Kelly goes after it. Davis caught as he played the ball. Free kick to Carlisle.
It was as well.
78th minute. United in a strong position here at 2-0 to go clear at the top of the National League, but they know all too well after the weekend how quickly things can turn after coming from 2-0 down to draw level in stoppage time at Reading and then winning extra time in the FA Cup. So they won't want any complacency to set in, which I suspect what the changes we started to see might be about, Mark Boyd.
Yeah, I think it's just about game management now, isn't it? You're coming into the last 10 minutes of the game, you obviously you're still attacking, you go for that third goal, but you want to make sure the defence is really switched on and everything's shored up at the back.
There's my man Worm popping up in all sorts of positions out there on the left, just linking play up with people. I wonder if he knows that I'm in his official fan club. I'm wearing a Stephen Wern t-shirt right now.
Oh, great feat.
Somebody sent us an X message last night to @BBC Cumbria Sport with a wedding invite to James and Stephen's wedding, which I thought was rather funny. Down the right here for Davis, clip ball towards the back post. Carlisle attacking. Oh, somebody pushed into the back of the net there for Carlisle. Who was it? Was it Linny trying, or Worm maybe at the back post trying to get onto the ball there? Was there a little shove on him?
Nudge in the back.
Chance into the penalty area here with Wern again. Was he offside? No. Man falls over for them and then they clear. Down that right hand side, Carlisle send the ball in towards goal again, volleyed away. Awkward one there that the defender read well. Feeney pulls it down out the night sky, looks down the right touchline here for Davis. He will cross in from the deep. No, he won't. He'll try and take his man on. It's a really good tackle actually by the Halifax defender on this near side. Then it's played off of Davis and it's out of play for a throw into Halifax. It was Turner Cook there, did really well, didn't he, actually, to read what Davis was doing.
Yeah, everyone thought he was going to put it in. It was decently disguised, to be fair, but he's done well and stopped him in his tracks.
He reminds me of your over 35's mate Tucker.
The chop,
because he always chops inside like that, and that's the first player I've seen see it coming and read Davies there.
Yeah, he's done it for over 30 years and people still go for it, don't they? So it's some people have got it in the locker.
What's his full name? Your mate?
Simon Tucker,
yeah. I've watched your over 35s team about 10 times over the years, and I've never seen one person manage to throw more defenders with one chop.
Can't stop it, can they?
It's unbelievable. Lots of good over 35s football goes on in Cumbria. Some excellent footballers still rolling back the years and playing to a good level. It's great to see people keeping on playing even when you get into those years where you can't keep up with the kids anymore. At the moment, Carlisle United's blend of experience and youth is just doing enough here. It's not going to be one that you remember if it finishes like this. You won't write home about this one, but you'll remember the scoreline. You'll remember that it was another 3 points towards the tally that everyone hopes is the title winning tally. And we are going to go top of the table as things stand with this scoreline of Carlisle 2, Halifax 0. Carlisle trying to come forward and add to it. Luamba puts in the cross from deep, repelled by Halifax, just kept in play by Gilead. Might he cross, or will he look for a pass? Wern comes short for it into the middle of midfield. I don't know why he didn't go for him. That's a really good ball. What a ball. Gilead to Luamba, crosses into the middle, didn't pick out a teammate. Wern with the shot, goalkeeper couldn't save it, stung his palms. I mean, he couldn't hold it, stung his palms, and then managed to gather at the second and bowl out.
Yeah, another great bit of play there by Gilead. He just very patient. Luamba's made the run, inch perfect pass, and the cross was cut out, and Wern's followed in with a decent strike, and I think the keeper would be disappointed if he didn't save it, but it was still a good strike nonetheless.
Across the defensive line with Halifax, back through to their goalkeeper Johnson and the captain's armband. Another change coming for them. They're shortly to bring on Jack Jenkins. Fourth official just getting fed the magic piece of paper with the numbers to dial into the board. 81st minute we're in as the ball goes back towards the goalkeeper, who had to sidestep Georgie Kelly, then clips one in behind United's defensive line. Davies had to do well.
Header.
You know what, that is fantastic defending. For a moment he got the wrong side of his man, and then he managed to power past him and cushion a header back to Gabe Breeze. That is really good work.
Yeah, really composed there, wasn't he?
He's often talked about for his sort of offensive play as Archie Davies, more so than his defensive side of things. So he works down the right touchline, gets it to Luamba. The pair of them swap over. Feeney on it. He lifts it forwards in search of Georgie Kelly. Tries to get around his man. I think they felt he'd come from the offside position there, Kelly. In the end, McAdam fouls his man, and it's a free kick to Halifax, middle of their half. They'll look to come away down the left-hand side, trying to get in behind Carlisle United. Pass in behind the striker, though, and Carlisle just pick it up comfortably. And we'll come away with Harper down the left. Up to halfway with McAdam. Linney over there. It's been a relatively quiet game for Regan Linney, which, after his blistering cameo in Berkshire,
you give him it, won't you?
You will give him it, and it also is a sign that he's only human, and he's still been good. I'm not saying he's had a poor game or anything.
No, not by a long way.
He's played his part. He's run it men. He's made things happen.
You just expect something unbelievable every single game, don't you?
You do. Here he is on the ball. Here is he going to stuff that back down our throats? Goes at his man down the left hand side. Really good defending. Excellent work out on that right hand side there. And Halifax clear away. Just didn't quite have the energy, did he, to burst past the man, or to slow him down enough and then speed up enough. Harper gets on it for United. Passes across the midfield line. McAdam and Davies there. Jenkins still waiting to come in on the near touch line with the fourth official. Davies looks upfield for Luamba. Get it back off him. Is there a pass inside? Yes, to McAdam. Turns and will go back to Gabe Breeze. Edge of his penalty area, being closed down by Davenport, the Halifax striker. Lost it forwards. Kelly comes a long way. Chests it somehow to Wern. Played towards Linney. Was he maybe offside? Defender got back across him and headed it away. And back to the goalkeeper.
Top bad, you know.
The ball down the right hand side. Halifax here trying to get a cross come shot across the face of goal, and it'll drift all the way out for a throw in. It was a cross, very much a cross he went for, and it wasn't a bad ball at all actually, and the play down the right opened up United a fair bit. Here comes Jenkins, and he'll come on for Turner Cook in that midfield. Jenkins came through at Leeds, signed last summer after spells with the likes of Salford and Scunthorpe, and in the end I think they're just working through the bodies, trying to get some fresh legs for the weekend, you'd think.
Yeah, possibly.
Unless they feel he's going to make the difference there, changing centre mid for centre mid.
Yeah, 5 or 6 minutes is going to take something spectacular, isn't it? But
just trying to work out who it is at right back now in the second half with all the changes for Halifax, because he did a really good job on Linney there a minute ago. It's the number 23 who came on. It's Dylan Crowe. Excellent work defending against Linney a moment ago. Carlisle tried to come forwards away down the left here, played into the path of Linney, and this time the centre half Hobson comes over and shuts the door on Regan Linney. Wrapped away by their goalkeeper up towards halfway. Finds the Halifax man. Drops to that man, Crowe. Pods it round the corner to his teammate. Solid bit of possession here from Halifax. Up towards Davenport out on the right wing. United, though, come and take it off him. And will step away down the left. Little spin there, trying to get them further away, Carlisle. And in the end, the ball goes out of play for a throw to United.
yeah, you just want to see these last 5 or so minutes out now, don't you? Just be professional. 2-0, professional job done.
Crowe, the one who's doing well with Linney, is another of the former Kings Lynn men. Came through at Ipswich.
Right.
quite small, isn't he? Looks about 5'8", 5'9", maybe. We'll see how he perhaps might not make it with a high-end club like Ipswich, but very lively against Linney there in this second half. Ball over towards Davis, running up towards the edge of the area. Might take on the shot, urged to, does, deflects, falls to Luamba. He had the open goal for a moment there, and he just took an extra touch. Cross towards the back post, header from the defender, drifts away, goalkeeper can't stop it going behind it. It'll be a Carlisle corner. If he'd have just had the wherewithal to take it first time, there was a shot towards an open goal, Mark Boyd.
Yeah, it would have been topped off a great night for him, wouldn't it? It looked like it was gaping, but he's obviously not seeing it, and he's took the touch, and then the chance was gone. It would have been nice for him to get the hat-trick and the match ball.
You heard the go on there of Mark Boyd as the ball fell to him. And if only he had, imagine that. Back-to-back hat-tricks for Carlisle United it would have been. 13 chances to 3, 8 on target to 1, the difference in the end. Halifax haven't been a bad side, I wouldn't say, but United have done what they needed to. It looked like Kelly was dragged down on the edge of the area there. Referee not interested. Linney picks it up, plays it off here to McAdam. Linney in close proximity, sends a cross in on his left foot, looking towards the middle of that Halifax penalty area. Good battle here between Davies and the Halifax man. Doesn't quite keep it in play on the near touchline. He thinks it was, the official thinks it wasn't. Throw into Halifax. Kelly did go down a few moments ago, 87th minute. Still United 2-0, both of them Luamba. And Luke Armstrong coming on here now for Carlisle United. You'd have thought for Kelly, who's had a rough old evening against their two centre-halves, wadding up his nose. I think he's just fired them both out in that way footballers do. And here comes Armstrong. Will it be for Kelly? No, it's for Regan Linney.
Yep.
He's right in front of us, ready to come off, and a quieter night for Regan Linney, but by no means a poor night. Off he comes.
Yeah, still been a threat, hasn't he? Still done more than his bit. He's had a couple of them snapshots where he cuts in from the left and not too far away, but yeah, all in all, can be pleased with his night.
Armstrong thundering around into 2 or 3 tackles there, barrelling in there like a bull in a china shop. Feeney with the ball back towards Breeze that he's done well to deal with.
Yes.
Good control and clearance downfield. McAdam surely being held there. Number 20 had an arm up over his shoulder. Jack Jenkins back into the centre of defence with Mill. Square to Hobson for Halifax. Across the centre circle, Hobson drives forwards. Further over beyond him. It's good running this from the centre half, you know. Feeds it to Crow now in the right wing position. Cross into the penalty area and Breeze takes. Good aggressive stuff there from the former Oldham man. Really wanted to force the issue and try and make something happen late on. 88th minute we're in now. Carlisle coming forwards with Davis down this right hand side. Tries to go past his man. All in one. Still going here, Davis against Capello. Capello did really well and he did foul him. He got his body across the ball and he just fair pushed in both arms, and Capello did a triple toe loops. Definitely fouled. I'm not for 1 minute suggesting it wasn't, but it was quite dramatic.
A tired little kick, wasn't it? Just have that.
And their left back clears downfield. Capello. Feeney under the flight of the ball, heads it down the touchline. Little megs from Davis through the legs of one of those substitutes. Then
well played.
Gilead sidesteps his man there.
Very good.
Back to his winger days. He doesn't look a winger anymore, does he, Gilead?
No, he fits in there very well, doesn't he?
Out on the left hand side now with Luamba, who switched to the left here for Carlisle United, trying to find the angle to go past his couple of his man. Great running shot and goal, drops towards Kelly, defender gets it away. Great feet. Brilliant. I tell you what, he was channeling his inner Linney there, was Luamba. Great feet in between the two men. He got the shot, the keeper saved. Desperate for his hat-trick. Maybe thought he'd got it there. Fantastic footwork.
You gutted for him, aren't you? You wanted that to go in so much. He's great feet.
Listen to everyone applauding that. I tell you what, it's been a coming of age night for Luamba. He's really well liked and he works very hard, but I don't know that we all knew he had quite the skill that he's shown at times tonight. Yeah, that was fantastic. Really quick feet, and you thought, go on, just slot it in and finish the perfect night for you. But another good credit to the keeper, another good save by him. Into the last minute of the 90. Carlisle United here leading 2-0 against Halifax. Junior Luamba's just gone down. He's got the man of the match. Someone just trod on something there, did they? And the referee's pulling out a card here, and a yellow shown to, I'm not sure who it was who did what there, because Luamba had gone down. I was looking at him and someone did something. He's got a yellow card. I think it was a little scrape down his leg, wasn't it? Like sort of I don't know if it was intentional, but with the studs, which is a sore one. And once the physio does Luamba, the referee told him to stay down. Now he's got up, now that Sophie Burney's on. Now the ref's saying you have to go off now. Stephen Wern's talking to the referee. I don't know if it was him, maybe got the yellow. Yeah, I think it was, you know. I didn't see what for, to be honest. No. Luamba's just hobbling off here with Sophie Burney. I'm sure they'll try and get him to see out the game here. We're into time added on, incidentally. The fourth official showing us how much there'll be. Now that's a 7, isn't it? It's not a 1. It's a 7, isn't it?
I think so.
I'm listening.
It's a small board.
7 minutes at a time. They've said it, I've seen it. It's 7. It's not 4. On the left, Capello looking to cross in for Halifax. Carlisle turn it away. Shot from the edge of the area. Hits it very hard, and it goes all the way over the back wall of the Waterworks end, but it did take a deflection. It's a corner. 91st minute. Is Luamba coming back on?
Just got to stay switched on, haven't it?
The referee still saying no at the moment.
Why?
I don't really know. Maybe not the full 30 seconds. They've taken the corner while Carlisle were trying to get ready there. Clearance away for United. Wern can't get there ahead of his man. Edge of the area. Still Luamba not allowed back on. Now he's been told he can come back on. Shot from range. Repelled by Feeney for United. A sort of rash shot in truth there for Halifax when they were playing against 10 men momentarily. McAdam trying to hold his man up out on that far side. Tight on the right touchline. Halifax just trying to find a way around Carlisle United. McAdam really manfully pushes his man over towards the touchline on the edge of fouling him. Out of play for a Carlisle throw. On the edge but not fouling.
Some strange decisions by officials at times, isn't there? I mean, he stood there waiting to come on and everyone's screaming for him. Can he come on? And no, and then he lets him back on. I don't understand it sometimes, to be honest with you.
All the other National League games have finished. Boreham Wood have won against Aldershot, so they're second in the National League. Hartlepool and Morecambe have drawn, and Wealdstone won 2-0 at Yeovil. We're still playing in the second of 7 minutes time added on, but Carlisle are leading by 2-0. As Kelly jumps heads square. Was he fouled? Ref says no. That was a bit harsh. Hasn't got much out of the referee as Georgie Kelly this evening. Way down the right hand side, Halifax look to come again. 9:45 we are at.
Oh, great feet again.
Nice feet out on that far touchline. Luamba's tried one maybe pirouette too many there. Nearly won the ball back. Wern did. Then it breaks in there. Carlisle thought about thundering in, but then thought better of it, Armstrong. And they managed to work it. Halifax to Capello on the left hand side. Has a runner going around him. Takes on the shot instead and shouldn't have done. Goal kick. I think Fabio Capello might have done better from there.
Yeah, I think he's took too long to. I thought he was just going to shape a crossing. There's a couple of big lads running in at the back stick, but he's took too long, and then he's slashed that shot, hasn't he? And it went high and wide.
Joao Neves has got one back for Paris Saint-Germain against 10 men at Bayern Munich, but it's PSG 1, Munich 2 at the moment in the Champions League. About 10 minutes to go in that one. Tottenham 4-0 up despite having Brennan Johnson sent off against Copenhagen at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Ball downfield. Kelly, is he going to get a foul for anything there? Look where his shirt is. How can that not be a foul?
Unreal.
And he shakes his head as he looks over towards the official there. He just seems determined. I don't know whether he said whether he got in the ref's ear early on and annoyed him, and he just thinks you're getting nothing unless it's absolutely cast iron. Which, to be honest, I felt that was.
It was.
Header from Wern there trying to find a teammate. I don't know which one though. There's nowhere near any of them. I've got to call it the way it is. I can't just say it's all good from him, can I?
I'm shocked, to be honest.
Played away down the right, trying to get him behind Halifax again up on that right wing against United. Carlisle blocked it initially and then picked up the second ball. Just clipped away downfield and gets onto it. Man all around him. Falls on top of the ball. Gets the free kick. He did that in the corner against Reading on Saturday. Very little contact. Falls on top of the ball.
I've seen the picture.
And he's grinning, isn't he, down the line?
Yeah.
Free kick in that left back position takes us into the 4th minute of time added on at the end of this game, where Carlisle United have done more than enough, but in that sort of just about enough to more than enough territory, aren't they?
Yeah,
somewhere in between.
I call it a professional performance, especially after the weekend. It's just getting the job done, and they've done it efficiently, I think.
Not much turnaround. And then we will be off down to Essex at the weekend for the Southend game here on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. Ball over the top has dropped over the head of one of United's defenders, and there's a chance for a shot from range, and Breeds has had to make a save there. Could have caught him out. He'd come off his line. The defender's between them. It was an awkward ball that just bounced away from them, and then Breeds' bowl out's gone past Davis. Mark Hughes has said, why are you doing that?
Yeah, he just needs to slow everything down. He doesn't need to throw it out. Get everybody up and then just clear his lines. But yeah, strange one that, especially in the 95th minute.
It's a heck of a week for Carlisle, isn't it? Reading on the Saturday, this game on the Tuesday, then Southend on the Saturday, like last weekend, and the one before, a long way from home.
Yeah.
3 consecutive Saturdays of mammoth travel. Yeovil, Reading, Southend for Carlisle United. And they'll be very tired.
I think Feeney's just turned to breeze there. There's no need to do that. Just get everybody up and get the ball up the pitch.
And these are the learning points. He's got roasted off his manager. He's got told by his captain. These are the things to learn, aren't they?
Yeah, of course it is.
On another day,
you've got to remember he's played a lot, but he's still very young.
But on another day, that could, moments like that could cost you, can't they?
Yeah,
That's where you've got to box clever. He will learn that. That's come off the defender there by the corner flag, but he's managed to wriggle out of trouble. Played down the left-hand side here, but Carlisle have almost won it back through Worm, but out of play for a throw-in to Halifax in that left-back position. Takes us into the 6th minute of time added on. Does feel like this game has been waiting to finish ever since United got that second goal through Luamba in the 68th minute. Halifax have sort of had a go, haven't they? But you wouldn't say that they bust a gut either after their cup exit in the weekend rather.
No, I've never really felt under any pressure, to be honest.
Capello's in a lot of space on this left-hand side if they manage to find a way out of the cul-de-sac they've got themselves into, but they haven't, and it takes us into the final minute of 7 added on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. And Carlisle United leading by 2-0. Will feel they've done more than enough.
Yeah, I would agree with that. More than enough. As it stands, clean sheet would be nice.
Down the left-hand side. And then cleared up towards halfway. Final 20-odd seconds. Little pop pass in midfield there was neatly from Kelly into Wern, and then from him out to Davis down the right-hand side. And you almost feel that you're just running until the ref blows the whistle now. Often see it in basketball, don't you, where they just run away, just waiting for that hooter to go. Kelly trying to get onto it, buffeted off it in midfield. 5 or 6 seconds of the 7 minutes time added on to go. The referee looks like he's adding more again. Had 11 of the eventual 9 added on in the first half, and we're now into the 8th of 7 added on in this. But that is enough for the referee, and it's enough for Carlisle United to take them top of the National League for the first time this season. True, Rochdale and Scunthorpe's game was called off. They didn't play, but had they drawn tonight, which is eminently possible, United would still have been top. Top of the table, 2-0 win, 7 unbeaten, through in the cup. Blackpool to come at the start of December. A trip to Southend, another of the sides in that running for promotion this season. 6th in the table, Southend coming into this one. Carlisle have played up to 3 games more than some of the teams around them, but at the moment, points on the board matter more than games in hand, and Carlisle have all the points. They're top on 36 points from their 17 games.
Yeah, like I said before, I just think it's a very professional performance in the end. They'll be delighted with the clean sheet. Luamba, man of the match, deserves it. Two goals for him, which he'll be delighted about. Very unlucky to get his 3rd goal. Some fantastic pieces of skill from him, and he also works very hard, so fully deserved man of the match. But like I said, I just thought I never really felt that threatened by Halifax. They huffed and puffed a little bit, but I think Carlisle had far more shots and shots on target, and the Halifax keeper was a lot busier than Gabe Breeze. So yeah, like you say, job done. Top of the league, knocked the League One team out of the FA Cup. Really, really good few days.
Very professional performance. Gilead, McAdam, Feeney and Luamba the standouts. Halifax very poor, never a threat. The divides in the league are obvious now. 4 or 5 teams good, the rest average to poor. You won't live 4 minutes down though, James, so says Owen. Seems it's the talk of the town this evening here on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. What can you do? Life's for living, isn't it?
Yep.
At the end of all of this, Luamba is the one who is going out and getting all the acclaim and gets the man of the match. Got 2 goals, could have got a hat-trick. He stand out the most for you? Anyone else really catch your eye?
Yeah, I think he deserves man of the match for obviously his 2 goals and his work rate and his all-round performance. But yeah, I think there was decent performances all round. Feeney was very solid. I thought Jack Ellis come in and slotted in next to him really well. Didn't really put a foot wrong. The 2 full-backs got up and down well. The 2 lads in the middle, McAdam and Gilead, they're switching the play. They keep it neat and tidy. They get it to the players they want to get it to, as in Regan Linney and Con Clark, who I thought was excellent at times. He's got real good vision and awareness. Georgie Kelly does what he does up front. Just listen, all round was good. Some lulls in the game, some little flat bits where there's not really that much happening, but you never really felt threatened, and 2-0 is just probably a very, very fair result, I think.
Jimmy from Wigton says, great performance from Carlisle. A good ref made a welcome change. We are top of the league. Listen to this. Listen to the paddock as the players come past down below, as Mark Hughes in amongst the first clutch of them going off. Little fist pump to the crowd. Mark Hughes, Blue and White Army as well, and he enjoyed all of that. Off comes Alex Gilliard, another really composed performance from him. Linny goes off looking a little downcast by his standards, followed by Wern, Harper, Feeney, Kelly, Luamba at the back of them all. Feeney gets a good shout. Luamba looking over, hoping up to soak up the last minutes of this. Listen to that cheer for him as he goes off, and he loves it. Big smile on his face. Standout moment certainly in the Carlisle shirt, but maybe in his maybe in his career all told so far, because he really came of age today.
Yeah, I mean, that bit of skill down the right hand side was fantastic, wasn't it, where the little drag back in the Meg, and it's just come off for him tonight, hasn't it? It's just a shame he couldn't get that third goal. He had a couple of maybe chances to get it. Keeper's pulled off a good save. It looked like the goal was gaping for him, but he's decided to cross. But overall, I thought he was really good. His work rate really impressive. Really good, and he'll be walking up that tunnel now absolutely buzzing.
Great performance from Carlisle, and the ref welcome change, so said Jimmy earlier. Great win for Carlisle, very happy for Luamba getting his goals today. Roll on the weekend, says Lee. Good solid performance to follow Saturday's game. Fantastic to see Luamba get the goals. His performance and this season had deserved another brilliant team effort. Looking a really close group of players now, playing with freedom and confidence. Great to see Carlisle at the top of the league. Very happy Cumbrian in Yorkshire tonight. That's from Graham, who was on with us actually for the FA Cup draw last night. Nice to have you with us. Great result and performance after Saturday. Unlucky Kelly again. Decent refs, some great passages of play. Top of the league. Luamba from Copenhagen Ant watching this one this evening.
Say that again.
I know. I don't know what the song was. Fabulous top of the league, comfortable win. Main concern our centre backs though with the injuries. Mark from Somerset. How much of a blow could that be with the centre backs going out injured?
Yeah, I mean, Jack Hollis is obviously coming in and he's done a good job, but yeah, to lose two centre halves is not ideal. Obviously Hayden has pulled out before the game, so we're not entirely sure what's up with him. And then you've lost Terrell Thomas after like 7 minutes with his hamstring. So yeah, not ideal at all. But as you say, Jack Ellis is coming in and done a good job, so he can slot into many positions, which is good for him and good for the team. But yeah, to lose one before the game and one after 7 minutes is not something that happens very often, but it is a blow.
I should probably talk about a bit of an elephant in the room. Our apologies. By all accounts, at the feed of our commentary position was left on during the half-time interval by the DAZN broadcasters when it should be turned off. And people talking about where I've been parking has been another talking point this evening. So I'm yet to find out whether I have a parking ticket, because I think I read the signs wrong outside. I read the Saturday Times, not the Friday Times. So I'll let you know on BBC Radio Cumbria whether I've got that ticket or not. But hopefully that was all that was said during that, when we were very clearly off air. Anyway, in terms of going forward, a big trip to Southend, another of the sides in and around them. How big of a task is that now after this week? You could see, good as solid as Carlisle were tonight, Mark, you could see that they were tired at times. Certainly some of their bigger players, Con Clark coming off, Linney coming off, you could see the tiredness in there. And now another massive trip. It's a torturous run they've got, isn't it, in terms of these away trips on the weekends?
It is. I mean, as you said, they've been to Yeovil, they've been to Reading, they've had this game tonight, and it's a lot of travelling. It's a lot of football, so yeah, it's a big ask. But these are the things you've got to do if you want to stay top of the league or in and around there. And he might have to utilise his squad a little bit more. You've lost two centre halves with in the space of obviously before the game and then 7 minutes in, so that's a blow. He's got that'll have to be looked at. But yeah, it's a big ask, so they'll have to have a bit of rest now, and obviously they'll go down to Southend on Friday and prepare again. But what sort of crowd Southend's get, it'll be a massive crowd on Saturday. It's a 5:30 kick-off, and they've got to be ready to go again. It's thick and fast, but you look back over the last few games and it's all been good. And as you said, tonight was a potential one that was going to be tough to really get up for and get going. But they've done it. They've done a professional job. They kept a clean sheet and they won 2-0. So they'll be going down to Southend on Saturday, obviously full of confidence. Such
is the turnaround. I think the players are going to be having a couple of days off this week. To try and recover. I'm not sure exactly what the makeup of it is, but they're going to be having some time, and so we're actually going to be doing the pre-match stuff for Saturday tonight. So we're going to do the post-match interview, a little bit of post-match stuff, and then straight on to the pre-match stuff, because they're not going to be here, I think, for a couple of days as they prepare for that mammoth trip again down to Southend. So it just shows the workload that they've got at the moment. Yeah,
and I think, they deserve it, don't they? They deserve a couple of days rest just to obviously spend a bit of time with the families, and do some stuff with them, and just get away from it all, and be obviously mentally and physically prepared to come back in Friday. They'll do, I'd imagine they'll do a light session, a bit of shape towards Southend, and then ready to go again Saturday. But they've worked a lot, they've travelled a lot, and they've played a lot, so a couple of days off, I'd imagine, is very well deserved.
Certainly is. There'll be no extra Carlisle Social this week after, of course, we broke the Carlisle Social yesterday. Following this game, we will be back on Monday with the Carlisle Social, looking back briefly on this one and hopefully another win at Southend at the weekend. But Carlisle United have gone to the top of the National League this evening with a 2-0 win live on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. 2 goals from Junior Luamba, one either side of half-time. The 15th and the 68th minute officially for him has taken United top of the league. Fantastic work for them. Thanks very much for your company this evening. And I tell you what, if Carlisle keep on going like this, who knows where we're all going to be come the end of the season. More reaction on Mike Zerra at breakfast in the morning here on BBC Radio Cumbria. Thanks for your company.